Whoa, look at that. We got people in the live already. Okay, guys, I know I'm late. Like I said in my Discord, I don't want to point any fingers. I don't want to blame anyone for being late. It's all my daughter's fault. Anyways, give me a second. Sorry. I just opened stream, so give me a second, but believe me, we will be talking about Philly. Tate, welcome to the Climate Crew. Appreciate the support. We didn't even start. We're going to be talking about everything. I don't know if any of you are on Weather Twitter or Weather X, whatever you call it. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's forecast bus. I mean, every meteorologist I follow on that app has been tweeting the same thing, and it's been making me feel better. I mean, talk about a crazy last 48 hours in terms of model shifting. And we talked about this yesterday. We talked about this last night, but insane. I don't know anyone, because I try to keep up with what other people are talking about, and I follow people on, I follow people's X, and there was no one talking about, there was people who were like, oh, we could get a little warmer out aloft, maybe the snow line moves up 20 miles. There was no one talking about this shift. And you know who did? You know who was seeing the shift? The Canadian model. And not surprisingly, most of us brushed it off because the Canadian doesn't have the best track record. Actually, the best track record this year with winter storms has actually been the European model, or European AI. I also need to apologize because someone asked about the hurricane hunters yesterday, and I said hurricane hunters don't fly into winter storms. Kind of true. Hurricane hunters don't fly into storms over land, but they are going to drop barometric pressure readers out there in the Pacific to try and understand the pressure, moisture content, temperatures of our low pressure system, Baja Low, that's developing off the coast. It's a reconnaissance flight. It's an Air Force reconnaissance flight. Is it the actual hurricane hunters, the guys who fly into hurricanes? I actually don't know, because I think you're trained differently to fly into a hurricane, to do those types of flights, than to fly into a low off the Pacific coast. I mean, a hurricane is a low, I guess. But anyways, yeah. That person was correct. All right. So we're going to get started here in a second. I know I'm late. Again, I'm not going to point any fingers. I'm not going to blame anyone except my daughter. It's completely my daughter's fault. All right. She's one, so who cares? I can blame her. She can't, you know what I mean? She can't get mad. She doesn't even know what I'm saying. Marissa, Jasmine, Connie. That's like the dog ate my homework excuse. It was my daughter. Marissa, Jasmine, Connie. Boogie, what's going on? What was that? Was that a snow squall warning? Hey, guys, I experienced my first snow squall today of my entire life because I've always lived in the South. I'm going to get to answer all of your questions in literally 30 seconds. I was sitting on the couch with my wife, and I was like, I looked out the window, and it was sunny and snowing. And I'm like used to living in Florida. You get sun showers all the time where it's sunny and raining. But I was like, I've never seen it like completely sunny and not really many clouds in the sky and snowing. 5 minutes later, I go to walk outside. You can't see 100 feet. The wind's whipping at 40 to 50 miles per hour. I closed the door, and I was like, why does it feel like I just walked into a different dimension? I have never seen. And then 5 minutes later, it was sunny again. And I was like, okay, because I know what snow squalls are, but I've never actually experienced a snow squall. I just know what they are because I study meteorology, right? But that was cool. I was like, okay, that's really weird. It was nice outside. Then we were in a blizzard, and then 5 minutes later, it was nice outside. It was pretty much like that. I know people around the Great Lakes get them all the time. People in Michigan and upstate New York and PA and northeastern Ohio are like, shut up, we get them all the time. All right. Anyways, we're going to get started right now. Everything sounds good. What's going on? Hey, the last couple streams have been incredible, so I do appreciate all you. The Discord's been blowing up. We are going to start by actually taking a look at the poll on the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, join the Discord. It's when I tell you I'm going. I lied, I guess, today. I was late for my live, 30, 40 minutes late, but I tell you when I'm going live every day in the Discord. Holy crap, Ty just said, what the heck? For those on the YouTube side, someone just donated, I don't know, like the biggest gift you possibly can on TikTok. Dude, you are an absolute legend. Holy crap. You know what? I've been live for 4 minutes and 50 seconds. You just set the tone of the whole live. I'm not telling everyone else to donate like that, but now this is just going to be a fantastic live. It was always going to be, but it's going to be even better now. That was crazy. Absolute legend. I seriously appreciate you. But yeah, if you're guys, it's crazy. I forgot what I was doing. Discord. If you guys haven't joined, there's a link to my Discord and all my YouTube videos. We got like 100 new people over the last few days. Obviously, everything's in here. Snowfall updates, new every single day. And I give you all the best models to look at. NWS, 24 to 48 hour, national blend. Again, 72-hour expected and high-end totals. So you can see the expected totals and high-end from the National Weather Service. And then the HRRR 3K, one of our best short-range models. So you don't need to worry about which model you're looking at. Temperature, rainfall, severe, fires, everything's in here for you guys. We did a poll today. I want to go over that, and then we're going to get started. What will the 12Z GFS do tonight? Who won? Trend slightly north. Not surprising. That was the easy answer, but although probably the most likely answer. So I can't. Yeah, if you voted for that, it's probably the right choice the way things have been going. Trend slightly south. That's what I voted for. The more runs you see go in one direction, each time it keeps going in that direction, it's more likely it's going to stop. I've never seen a model go the same direction 6 times in a row. Just the Euro did, but eventually it stops. A lot of times it overcorrects itself, and then right near the end it corrects itself back. So I put trend slightly south. Whoever said mega shift south definitely is like in Charlotte and is hoping that everything that all the models are lying. I feel that. Mega shift north, you're probably in Detroit. Like, come on, get the snow up here. And then who cares? I'm in the upper Midwest, and it's a negative 100 degrees. Yeah, no, I feel that. I added that because that's where I am. I 100% feel that. Who cares? It's literally negative 100 degrees in the upper Midwest. Okay, guys. Let's get started. What's happening? We still have on the National Blend the opportunity for snow down here. Why? Well, who knows at this point with all the shifts we've seen to the north. You've all seen the latest Euro, I think. Okay, here we go. Here's our storm. Has it intensified, de-intensified since the last run? And don't worry, I'm going to answer all your questions. There's the 18Z. There's the 12Z. There's the 18Z. I think it is intensified for the Mid-Atlantic. Now it's putting ice through the Mid-Atlantic, but it's going to be all snow first into Maryland. And it's going to be heavy snow first into Maryland. All snow up there. Heavy snow to start off for New York City and Philly. Oh, $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, Lehigh Valley, you're still looking fantastic. Your totals have been going up all day with the latest model runs. Joey, I appreciate that $2 super chat. So there it is. The GFS is still like, nah, we're not going that far north. Look at the GFS, more of a zonal flow. Putting sleet and snow into Charlotte, even down into, oh my God, why can't I remember the name? Why can't I remember the name of cities right now? Holy crap. Why is this? Chattanooga. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Come on. Brain fog. Putting snow down there south along potentially the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi border, getting potentially snow down into northern Louisiana as well. It's sleet, but you could have a mixture of snow. So the GFS still keeps it pretty far south. Still, though, it tilts this and gives you snow from through West Virginia, through the Mid-Atlantic, up through New England, maybe some in Pittsburgh, upstate New York as well. So the GFS is still nice to the northeast. It's not as nice to states like Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. But again, it's like everything else puts this snow to the north. High and low for Trenton, New Jersey. Okay, yeah, the high without even me going over to, without me looking at what the models are actually saying, snow-wise, just taking a look at this. Oh, man. High-end Trenton, New Jersey, 14-plus inches. Low-end, I think you're sitting at 5 to 6 inches. Low-end if you get unlucky there. Yep. All right. Yeah, I mean, if we want to take a look. By the way, behind this, we're getting even colder. Last thing, and then I'll take questions here. Let's take a look. Are we going to hit any record temperatures, any daily record low temperatures moving forward here? Yes, of course we are. Let's take a look really quickly here. Let's go into... this is not showing correctly. Give me a second. Let's go here. Let's go temperature, and let's go into 24-hour maximum, minimum. Why isn't it showing my cities, guys? Is it because we don't have a full run in here? Hold up. Hold up. Give me a second. Hold up. That is weird. Hold up, guys. Hold up. I want to get started, but I did want to show you this last. And okay, there it is. Okay, that's weird. Minimum temperature. That was anomalies. Daily records. Here you go. Here you go. Isn't it crazy? We're like negative 30 degrees in Minnesota without wind chill, and it's not a record. I know.
High and low, a little north of Evansville,
Indiana. I'll go over that in 1 second. Here we go. Getting into Saturday, could have record temperatures through portions of Texas, Minnesota, UP of Michigan. By the way, this is all going to be 1 or 2 degrees away from a daily temperature record. Low. It's going to be like 1 degree away. So you could see it. Here you go. Getting into Sunday. These are all records. Okay, you're getting down to 10 degrees in Dallas, and we are not accounting even for wind chill, right? We're not accounting for where we could be 23 degrees in Houston. That's not even accounting for wind chill. All right, getting into Monday, more records. We're breaking records here. We are breaking records everywhere here. Tulsa, Oklahoma, -3 degrees. Oh, well, that's the wind chill. No, it's not the wind chill. That's the actual freaking temperature, potentially Monday, low in Tulsa, Oklahoma, -3 degrees. Little Rock, I don't know, -6 degrees, no wind chill. You can see what's happening in Dallas, 8 degrees, maybe no wind chill. Getting into Tuesday, all right, our records start spreading out here towards the coast. Now we're breaking records from Texas all the way up through the mid-Atlantic coast. You're seeing 0 degrees in Asheville, maybe 8 degrees in Philadelphia. This is not even wind chills, guys. This is just, you know what I mean? This is just the normal temperatures here. We keep pushing out. We're breaking more records. So tons of records to be broken. I'm going to start taking questions now. So where'd the super chat go? The question was Evansville, Indiana. Evansville, that's right out. Is that right outside? No, where's Evansville? Where is Evansville? Oh yeah, duh. Okay, that's kind of near. That's right near Owensboro. Okay, that makes sense. High low end. Oh my gosh. That's a great spot to be, I think, for this storm, especially with the trends. High low end for Evansville. Oh my gosh, 16 plus inches for Evansville on the high end, and maybe I'd say 6 to 8 inches on the low end. That's probably one of the highest low ends. You could get more out to the east, but yeah, that's a great spot to be. How do you get your stream warning overlay? Yeah, it's called atmospheric. It's called Atmospheric X. This is a system that runs in the background. And anytime the National Weather Service posts, literally from the National Weather Service website, anytime it posts a warning, a watch, anything, I can go in OBS and I can say, hey, pop up on the screen. I have it only popping up for like the important stuff. Tornado warning. I don't have it popping up for watches. For tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, flood warning. If it's a watch, that means something could happen. If it's a warning, it means it's happening. So very important. But as soon as it's posted on NWS, this pulls it off and puts it on my stream. Atmospheric X. Look it up. You can look up a YouTube video of how to apply it to your streams. You could don't have to use it on OBS. You can use it on whatever else. What about Sanford, Connecticut? Because I'm seeing a little bit of a sleep. Connecticut, you're seeing a little bit of a sleep mix. I'm not seeing too much of that here. We'll move over to the latest Euro. I think the latest Euro is a little too far north, but who knows at this point? Again, it keeps going north. You think that this thing is going to stop. You really do. Let me take a look at the latest European AI because that'll actually tell me because it's been doing better. Here, let's take a look at this. The European AI has been doing good. So obviously you can see the target from the European AI at this point, where the highest high ends could be. Connecticut, you could have. You're saying you see sleet into Connecticut, and I don't sleet anywhere in Connecticut. You guys are gonna be so cold. Are you taking a look at the Euro 18Z? Maybe you weren't saying Connecticut. Maybe you were saying something else. I mean, yeah, as it moves in, you're gonna have so much snow on the front end. You guys are gonna be fine. You guys are gonna get big snow. Can anyone get blizzard watches? I get blizzard warnings, snow squall warnings, everything on here as well. Well, I don't know if people are going to get blizzard warnings just because there's not going to be a huge wind factor to this. There'll be a little bit of a wind factor, so it's possible. But winter storm warnings are going to be everywhere. State of emergencies are going to be everywhere. Speaking of that right now, B, I appreciate you. North Texas, Southern Oklahoma. Yeah, I appreciate you guys pinning questions too. North Texas, Southern Oklahoma. Oh, man. You guys could end up with all ice, or you guys, I think if you get lucky, could end up with 3 to 4 inches of snow. Tough along that northern Texas, southern Oklahoma border there. Okay, yeah, so here's what's going on right now. We got some thunder showers, general thunderstorm down here in the southeast. I don't expect any severe weather. It's possible, but, Snow squall warning. Oh, my gosh. Running from basically Erie. There should be a snow squall warning running really from Medina through Cleveland all the way up through Rochester here. So that's what's going on right now. Winter storm warning out here through portions of Watertown and south down to Syracuse. Lots of snow. Our system's out here. Currently, that's going to bring us the big snowstorm. Can we see this on satellite? There it is. Here's our Baja low. This is going to continue to spin. Then it's going to move in. It's going to turn on our subtropical jet. And here is our cold air that's going to dive down, meet up with it at the same time. And we're going to get a big snowstorm. Where these meet, how they merge. is apparently a mystery to everyone because this is one of the worst forecasts. This is probably the worst forecast I've ever been a part of. Just seeing the model shift. It's like our models are regressing and they've been improving and now they're just getting worse. So anyways, let me keep answering questions, guys. Nashville, Tennessee, driving to Atlanta tomorrow for work. Because I'm camping. Nashville, Tennessee, driving to Atlanta tomorrow for... Well, you'll be fine tomorrow. Yeah, because it's going to get bad. It's going to get bad in the southeast as we get into Saturday afternoon and evening. That's when things start to go really downhill. What's your opinion of the northern shifts? I'm losing hope here in South Carolina, Columbia. Yeah, they're okay. And I've said this a lot, but I'll say it again. And by the way, if you notice I've been wearing the same jacket for like 4 straight streams, you're correct. I've also been wearing the same undershirt. Listen, don't judge me. I've been super busy. I've been working from home. I literally am I do this work. I go to bed, make my video. I do my 9 to 5, and then I watch the kids. I'm just not going to change. I'm going to keep wearing the same thing. I do promise you, I'm going to be wearing something different tomorrow. I think I'm going to change it up. I think I'm going to put on a different... Maybe I have 2 of these. Maybe I'll put on the other one. Anyways, sorry if that's TMI. Okay, listen. It is extremely hard for models to understand warm air aloft. Because, listen, down here, Atlanta, through upstate South Carolina, through Charlotte, through the Research Triangle, it's possible you're well below freezing, and it's freezing rain and not snow, which is annoying.
Do you think
I know.
Nashville will miss out on the snow?
I still think Nashville is going to get snow, and we'll talk about that in a second. I really appreciate that super chat, Brittany. Thank you. The GFS still pulls this a little bit south. It's not really pulling the storm as far south. It shows a weaker system down here, and with a weaker system, not as much warm air is pulled in. So that's why the GFS, it's not a coincidence that the GFS has snow to the south, farther south, and then it's not as amplified as snow to the north. The reason the snow shows to the south on the GFS doesn't really have as much to do with the storm track as it has to do with it's still a strong winter storm, but a little bit weaker of a storm so that warm air doesn't override the snow. So the fact that we still have some models entertaining that, it's still possible. There is a world where we get a little bit of snow into Atlanta, upstate South Carolina, Charlotte, and through the Research Triangle. There is a world where it happens. Chattanooga, Huntsville, Alabama. It's just these trends have been devastating for the South. I've never seen a models trend so far north in a span of 24 hours. I do think they've overcorrected it, but we'll see about that. We're going to see what happens with the 00Z GFS here in a little bit. We will see. Do I think Nashville will miss out on snow? You can still see when you take a look at the national blend of models and we take a look at the confidence level. Here's the national blend of models. Now, we still have Nashville in these dark blues. So there's a lot of runs that still put snow into Nashville. I don't think you're going to get the foot of snow you were expecting. It's the GFS route maybe. But if anything, you get sleet accumulation too, which looks like snow. It's just not light and fluffy. But yeah, it's obviously we've seen ice trend north towards Nashville. Connor, I want a hoodie. Hey, listen. I'll be giving away two or three of these in the beginning of February in about a week or week and a half. All you have to do is be in the Discord. And guess what? The Discord's free. Once a month, which I stopped for a little bit. Once a month, and starting next month again, I'll say, all you have to do is react to this post. And you just smiley face, like the post, whatever. And then live on stream, we just pick a winner. You don't have to get the jacket either. You can get the hat or sweatpants, or there's a million other things on the website. So it's free. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, link in the description of all my YouTube videos. Let me keep answering questions. How confident are you that Birmingham will only see rain? Oh, and by the way, this is literally my favorite jacket too. It doesn't have the strings. It's a very some jackets are like choke you out. No strings. It's very loose. It's like one of those like comfy sleeping hoodies. It's a big baggy hoodie. And then you've got Connor's Climate Crew on there. You see Connor's Climate Crew on there. There it is. I just read something and forgot. How confident are you Birmingham will only see rain? And pretty confident, unfortunately. No. You're not going to only see rain. You're going to see a little bit of ice too, unfortunately. Guys, prepare for this ice storm. JTROS. I'll say Claire. No, JT. JTROS. I don't know how to say it. Welcome to the Climate Crew. I really appreciate the support. I do obviously try to answer questions from anyone who's a member of the Climate Crew, but not just you guys, everyone. But I do love the support there. All right, Hannah. Seriously, I appreciate the support. Thank you. Fuel, Jason, Joey, NTX, Pearly. I know I'm missing people in here. Richie, William, I appreciate you guys. Long Island's still in a great position for big snow. You guys haven't really, the shifts north and south haven't really affected you. Liam, welcome to the Climate Crew. I appreciate that. $2 super chat from Elliot.
Danville, what ice and snow or just ice and why?
Danville, Virginia. Let's take a look here. Oh, man. Yeah, you guys are real far south there. You're going to get ice and sleet. It's almost guaranteed. I think you get some front-end snow. So I'd say on the high end, you end up with 6 to 8 inches of snow if you get super lucky. On the low end, it could be a bad day. You could get an inch of sleet accumulation with a lot of ice. And the reason is, obviously, as this storm moves through, and let's just take a look at this here. I'll even take a look at the GFS here. As this system moves through, and here, let's push down to the southeast. I want to explain this. Let's push down to the southeast. As it begins to move through,
East Tennessee, Gatlinburg area.
You are freezing. You're freezing at the surface. It should be all snow. This is a low pressure system in the northern hemisphere. This is how air wraps around it. You're pulling in western Atlantic moisture. You're pulling in Gulf moisture. And that's going to and your Arctic air, cold air is very heavy. So here's your Arctic front. Here's all the cold air. Here's all the warm air. This is going to go whoop, sink under the warm air. This looks like a bad image. And then this is going to sink under the warm air. The warm air is going to go over the cold air. So you're freezing at the surface, but then you go about 500 feet and you're warm and it's rain. That's what gives you the sleet. That's what gives you the freezing rain. But there's going to be periods of time where if it does sleet for a while, that actually cools the atmosphere above you. And then you can see suddenly we start to get maybe that turns into snow right there. Big, heavy snow on the back end because now the atmosphere is cooled from all that sleet that was falling. So I think you could end up with a weird high end. All right. Alrighty. East Tennessee, Gatlinburg area. You guys are kind of on the same boat with what I just talked about. The GFS pulls in a ton of cold air in the back end, and I do think there's something to this. Not just the southern track, but all of this cold precipitation is going to cool the upper atmosphere. Eventually, that warm air aloft is going to disappear. It's hard. You're still in East Tennessee. If you're not at elevation, you're in a battleground area. There is a world where you get 6+ inches of snow. There's a world where you get an inch of ice and a little bit of sleet accumulation, which is a terrible winter storm, but it's not a fun winter storm for you guys. Greensboro, North Carolina, a lot of the same with what I was talking about with Danville, Virginia, where you're in a battleground area. And there is a world where you get 6+ inches, but it's probably going to come on the back end. A little bit on the front end, snow, ice and sleet, and then maybe a little bit on the back end.
Clinton, Missouri. I don't want any snow.
I appreciate the super chats, guys. You guys are awesome. Holy crap. Real fat. I appreciate that. T-Swizzle, Tanya, Wes, Stella, Vet. You guys can, wife is a nurse at Hershey, Pennsylvania Hospital. Needs start and end time. Yep, I'll get to that. Give me one. Actually, let me answer that now. Let's get into that right now. So I'll go with the Euro timing. Earliest possible start time is going to be midnight, transferring Saturday into Sunday, and we would hope that this is out Sunday, transferring into Monday. So this looks like a midnight, 1 a.m. Snow starts to move in, and then as we get into and then 24 hours later, as we get into 1 a.m. on Monday, this thing starts to move out. It's like an all Sunday event from wake up till you wake up till you go to bed. When could it be worse? When could it be the worst there? Sunday afternoon, for sure. Let me. I should be able to. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I should be able to line up my messages. I've been joking about wanting snow all last year, and now I'm getting some. Clint, Missouri. I don't want any snow. I was joking. Yeah, you're getting some. You're getting some. Liam, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Spencer, $2 super chat. Just no question, just to support. I appreciate that. Jacob, $2 super chat. Do you think Boston will see 10 inches plus of snow? Yes. Yes. 60-40, yes. I'm leaning yes. I do. 10 plus inches. Maybe. Yeah, I got to go with my gut. I'm going to say yeah. $2. Super chat. Tap. Dallas. Ice. Snow. Outlook. We haven't talked about ice yet. Let's get into ice really quickly.
High and low for Cincinnati.
Really quickly. Let's get into ice. I got to talk about it. We'll go with the Euro since it's a little bit closer here. We can even get into our short ranges, but let me just do this. Winter. Let's go down to sleet, freezing rain. Okay. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Smile, I appreciate that. First, Eli? Appreciate you guys. Central. Dallas. Oh, my gosh. 3/4 of an inch of ice would be absolutely crippling, and it is possible. If you get super lucky, you're going to end up with 2 inches of snow on the back end of this thing, or a mix of sleet and snow. I think it's likely you get a dusting of snow and you do get some bad ice,
hey, Connor,
unfortunately.
love the live streams, brother. Keep it up.
I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, man, I just have this gut feeling that these models are
Ryan
overdoing
keeps
the warm air
asking about
loft,
the
but
GFS or Euro, which is more accurate. I know your answer.
yeah, the Euro typically is more accurate, but there's been a few times this year where the GFS has actually beat the Euro. It's had a decent year.
Columbia, South Carolina to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, I got to catch up on these super chats real quick. And then let me answer another one over on TikTok. Catch up on the super chats. On Sunday, sun is supposed to fly from Jacksonville to Boston. Oof. That's going to be rough. Expect delays or cancellations. I hate to say
How
it.
much snow for Pittsburgh tonight and TMO?
Ah, man, he might be just ahead of it if he's in Boston. He might be just ahead of it if he's in Boston. No, that's going to be rough. Expect delays or a cancellation. I'm hoping it's just a delay. I'm hoping it's just a delay. High and low for Cincinnati, please. High, a foot. Low, 6 inches. I think, no, high 14 plus, low 5 to 6 inches, yeah. Hey, Connor, love live streams. Keep it up, brother. Yep. I actually heard that one. Yeah, I appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate your $2 super chat. Kyle, appreciate the $2 super chat. Emmanuel with the $10 super chat. Ryan keeps asking about the GFS or Euro, which is more accurate. Yep. Listen, Euro's typically more accurate. Euro is better with cold air and moisture. I would say typically above this line too. The GFS does surprisingly well sometimes when the storms get really far south here, down towards the subtropics. The Euro AI model has done the best this year. You want to see what the Euro AI model says? The Euro AI model has done the best, so I'm just going to show you what that says. Oh my God, we got a lot of people in here. 1,000 people on TikTok. We got 230 on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Euro AI. What does it say? Let's take a look.
Ice or nothing? Or super ice storm?
There it is. So that's been the best model so far. Hasn't been perfect.
What are the snow totals in Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
Columbia, South Carolina to Charlotte, North Carolina. Ice could be very serious. I think on the high end, you end up with the inch and a half of ice, which would be absolutely catastrophic. You could not be out of power for 2 to 4 weeks. We don't want that to happen. There is a possibility you get a little bit of sleet snow mix and you overperform and somehow 3 inches ends up down there. I don't think it's going to happen, but there is a world where it happens, and these models are over projecting, over forecasting the warm air loft. It happens all the time. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. For the $2 super chat. Then we got Vinny, $2 super chat. How much snow for Pittsburgh tonight and tomorrow? Tonight and tomorrow? Well, here, let's quickly do this. What does the National Weather Service think? Expected amount for Pittsburgh? Let's take a look. Over the next 72 hours, a dusting. High end over the next 72 hours, maybe 2 inches. So not expected to get much over the next 72 hours, but this weekend you guys could end up with a bunch.
Can we get a Cincinnati storm breakdown?
Joey with the $5 super chat. Just, I don't know, for nothing. Thank you for the support. If you forgot to ask a question, ask it. The Euro isn't picking up the sleet. It's not. Lazy Forrest Gump, $2 super chat. Mount Vernon, Illinois. I say 57, 64 split snow total. I know where Mount Vernon is. Let me remind myself. Let's see. Oh man. I'd say high end you end up 9 plus inches. Low end you can end up with just probably an inch or two if the GFS ends up being right and compresses the storm to the south. So you're in that winter. There's 2 winter battleground zones, one to the north, one to the south. I think your area is in the one to the north. Although the way most models are trending, the way the National Blend likes it, I think it's more likely you end up closer to the high end. I do. $5 super chat, Michael. I appreciate that. And Atlanta Metro or Northeast Georgia, ice, nothing. Listen, you're probably going to end up with ice. I think ice is inevitable. Get ready. Make sure you have some extra water, food, batteries, stuff like that. Now, there's still the possibility for some snow. It's tough. Again, I think the models could be over forecasting the warm air loft. What are the snow totals in Lancaster, Pennsylvania? Snow totals for Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I live there. I know where Lancaster is, but apparently I can't remember anything today. You guys, high end could get 14 plus inches. I think low end you still get over 6 inches. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Joey. Can we get a Cincinnati storm breakdown? Yes, we can. Let me answer some questions over on TikTok. With Boone, North Carolina, and its elevation, I've seen everything from 1 to 25 inches. I've seen 36 plus inches in Boone. I don't think you're going to get 36 plus inches. I think on the high end, you get 14. On the low end, you still end up with like 5 to 6 because of the elevation. Because of the elevation. Yeah. So, Cincinnati storm breakdown. Here we go. As we get into Saturday afternoon, storm starts moving in. Heaviest snowfall is likely to be happening Sunday morning, all the way through potentially late Sunday afternoon. You guys could have 12 hours of heavy snow, and then it's moving out here as we get into Monday morning. Yeah, I mean, high ends in Cincinnati could be astronomical, 14 plus inches. Low end, it's going to be tough, I think, for you guys to escape with under 6 inches of snow, even if you have a bad day. Yeah, student near Trenton, New Jersey. Possible no school. Yes. I think actually there's going to be a lot of school cancellations out there. Philly, Trenton, New Jersey, New York. Yeah. There's going to be, it's definitely possible for Monday, maybe even Tuesday. Yeah, definitely possible. What are the snow totals for upstate New York? It depends where you're talking about. Where in upstate? The Euro AI has done really good, and the Euro AI absolutely slams the entire upstate. Let's get into the details a little bit closer here. Let's go into the national blend and move into New England. Look at the national blend. Now, we want to not look at this lake effect snow, so let's go into 24-hour and look at it as we move forward here. You're seeing even in northern western upstate New York, you could end up with a low end of 3 to 4 inches. But you get down towards the Hudson Valley, central to southeastern upstate, you could easily 6 inches to a foot. Yeah. I appreciate the $2 super chat, Kev. Knoxville, Tennessee. Ice or snow? How much? $2 super chat from Spin. What do you think Knoxville, Tennessee will get? Snow or ice? I think you'll get a little bit of both. I think ice might be worse, though. I do. Dr. Matt became a super fan. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Pam, what's going on? Pam, did I miss that? Oh, my gosh. Pam sliding in with a huge gift. Pam, you're amazing. Thank you so much as always. Always appreciate the support. I know I missed some stuff over on TikTok, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going back and forth between YouTube and TikTok. You guys are awesome. I always go back through after too. Thank you, guys. Seriously, I appreciate it. I forgot to answer whatever I was answering. Best worst case for DC. Best case, easily over a foot. Worst case, I still think you end up with 4 to 6 inches. Yeah. Yep.
Northern Delaware highs and lows. Plaza no ice. Crying face emoji.
It's God. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Northern Georgia. Rain or ice or snow. I think you may experience a little bit of everything. Maybe just a dusting of snow. Ice and sleet are high probability of ice and sleet. High probability of some serious power outages up through portions of northern Georgia, and potentially school and work cancellations as we get in even into Monday if it's as bad as it could be. $2 super chat from Jeff. How many inches is North Carolina expected to get? You want to be in western North Carolina. You want to be closer to the foothills and up in the mountains. You could get big snow. Charlotte up to Greensboro and out east, it's going to be a battleground zone. You could end up with on a high end 3 to 4 inches of snow. It's probably going to end up with 1 to 2 inches of sleet and then a ton of ice. It's going to be bad. And then you have potentially record-breaking cold temperatures moving in on Monday and Tuesday. So if you do get a lot of rain on the ground, that's going to freeze over. It's going to be bad news. So let's hope for the best.
High and lows? Love the work.
I appreciate that. South Jersey, high and low. Yeah, South Jersey, you could easily push over 12 inches. I think you don't escape with under 4 to 6 inches in South Jersey. It's a good spot to be. Breakdown of the storm for northern Indiana. Breakdown of the storm for northern Indiana. Let's quickly run through this. Let's go. Let's push over. Well, we'll do the arrow. So we're saying northern Indiana. You could get some flurries. Listen, this light snow up here, this is going to be a big band of snow. This is going to be just broken up snow. So you might not even see any of this. It depends. It depends how the snow is banding for northern Indiana. But as we get into a Saturday afternoon, it could begin snowing, and it could not. It may be snowing all the way until Monday morning. Saturday afternoon all the way to Monday morning. Heaviest snow potential is probably going to come somewhere Saturday night into Sunday morning. High ends, you end up with maybe 6 to 8 inches. Low ends, you end up with 1 to 3. Northern Delaware, highs and lows. Northern Delaware, highs and lows, easily 12 plus inches. Low end, 4 to 5.
Thanks for all the knowledge you drop.
That was extremely kind. I appreciate that. Jasmine, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Audrey, I appreciate the $2 super chat. That was very, very kind. Josh with the $5 super chat. Love to see this extra. That was awesome. I really appreciate that. Seriously. I know I got to catch sponsors super chats. Let me answer some over on TikTok. You guys are being awesome over there. I got to drive from northern New Jersey to northern Virginia on Sunday. Oh. Northern New Jersey. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Expect traffic, expect delays, expect bad roads. I'm just being honest with you. I do not expect that to be an easy drive. I'd expect accidents. If you can drive earlier, meaning before Sunday afternoon, or before Saturday afternoon, or if you can drive later, give it another day or two, do it. If you can't, it's just going to be a tough one. Dom with the $2 super chat. What's South Jersey highs and lows? I think I already answered that, right? Yeah, easily over 12 inches in South Jersey with the right setup here. I still think you don't. Again, 4 to 6 inches is probably going to be your low end. Cassandra with $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Not even a question in there. Hudson, $2 super chat. What does Central Indiana look like? Central Indiana, man, your high ends could be 9+ inches. I think you don't escape with under 4 inches. And there's a world where you guys push over a foot. There is. Big shift south on the icon. Did it just happen?
Snow totals for Evansville.
Santino Roberts, I appreciate the $2 super chat.
You're awesome.
Of course, I appreciate that. Santino, we'll take a look at the icon in a second. $5 super chat. And I'm going to answer this actually really quickly too. Is it looking like the snow lottery for OKC? Depends what model you're looking at. You could. There's a chance here you win the snow lottery in OKC, and I'll go over that in a second. $5 super chat from Elise. Snow totals for Evansville, Indiana. Oh my gosh, 16+ inches on the high end. On the low end, if you guys escape with under 6 to 8 inches, I'd be surprised. Thank you for us. Help us understand the storm. You're awesome. I appreciate that. Okay, so the latest Euro for Oklahoma City. Let's go through this really quickly. Let's go to winter. Let's go to Gutierrez. You can see. Let's Central. All right, the latest Euro. OKC. I was actually thinking Tulsa. OKC is going to be tougher. OKC 6 inches. Let's take a look at the European AI since the European AI has been doing so good lately. European AI does like, and it's been a really good model, does like the potential for over 6 to 8 inches in there. We can't get into our short range models now. I don't think the HRRR is seen out that far, right? I'm crazy, you guys, right? It's not, of course not. I think the Rufus may though. The Rufus starting, it's a little bit far north. Our NAM obviously is going to be seeing this. The NAM is really bad with where snow falls though. NAM still gives OKC a good opportunity here. The best thing is going to be our European AI, a mix of our European AI with a mix of our Euro right now. Why? Those are the two best performing models right now. And so let's blend them together. And so I'd say expect 4 to 6 inches in Oklahoma City. Could get a little less, could get a little more though. And is that what the national blend is saying? I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the national blend is doing. It is. Same thing. Will Philly get mixing? Oh, I just missed it. Philly's is going to get mixing, but I don't think you're going to get any mixing on the front end. If it's mixing, it's on the back end, and you already got a ton of snow. Chopper, I appreciate you. Yukla, I appreciate you. Walker, Ben, Lauren, Vet, you guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh my God, you guys are being incredible. Leave
Raleigh and see Friday for Florida to get out. Advise R.
Let's see. Cassandra, $2 super chat. No totals for Huntington, West Virginia. Oh man, West Virginia. Look at the confidence here. I don't think it matters where you are in West Virginia. There's a possibility of 12+ inches, and I don't think anyone in West Virginia escapes under 4 to 6 inches of snow here, of nice accumulation snow. You don't want to be on the far southern portion of West Virginia, but even down there, I think you still have good snow. I do. $5 super chat from Carly Cruz. Can we leave Raleigh, North Carolina Friday for Florida? Yes. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Seriously, thank you. Yes, you should be fine. Taking a look at this, that's should be fine. Baseball, $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. That is extremely kind. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all you do, Connor. Can you go over states on the map since there's so many questions? Yes. Good idea, Nicole. So I'm just going to take 1 second to stop answering questions, go over everything, and I'm going to start answering questions again. For anyone who's new to my channel, I started my channel about 16 months ago. I'm on all platforms now. I have a Discord. We're pushing almost 400 people now. The Discord's awesome. If you want to be a part of the... I'm just going to say it, best weather Discord out there. It's a one-stop shop for everything. You want to free look at all the best weather model. I pay for all the weather models, but I post them for free in my Discord for you all to see. The Discord's free. Everything from volcanoes, fire outlooks, rain outlooks, severe weather, snow, everything's in the Discord. Tons of weather enthusiasts there. We post weather pictures, give away free merch, do tons of fun stuff. I tell you when I'm getting on. I tell you when I'm getting off. I tell you when I'm posting videos. But I post every day. I live stream every day. I do appreciate all the support. It's been incredible lately. We're going to, okay, I'll answer these last 2 super chats. Then I'm going to go over all the states, and I'll get back to answering everyone's questions. Yeah, there's a link to my Discord in every single one of my YouTube videos. Also, you can just add me, Connor's Climb Corner HQ. $5 super chat from Ben. How will it be in Philadelphia? Fantastic. This could be your biggest snowfall. I think this will be Philly's biggest snowfall since 2019. Or is it 2021? Was there a good one in 2021? Something like that. Yeah, it's going to be really good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. 6 inches on the low end, I think. It could be pretty high on the high end. Justin, $2 super chat. I appreciate the support. All right, let's talk about this. Our 00Z GFS is going to come in a little bit here. Let's just take a look at our national blend. Let's take a serious look at our national blend. And then I'm going to get back to taking questions. So we got 2 national blends here. We have our experimental, and then we'll take a look at our normal national blend. Let's go over totals. And I want to make sure everyone knows how to look at this. The national blend actually a lot of times shows less snow than in areas than is actually going to fall. And in some areas it shows more. But a lot of times, like if you're in the purples and pinks, it's likely being conservative on snow. If you're in the blues, it's likely putting too much. I'll explain why. The national blend doesn't just take all of our models and combine it together. It takes every single member from every single model. So this is like over 100 different runs smashed together, so we get the best average. There's model runs that show no snow. They're like nothing happening because they're stupid model runs. So that's very unlikely to happen. So, but that's going to bring down some snow totals. There's also model runs that show snow like down here and up here. Probably not going to happen. But I would say this. If you're in the blue, look at your snow totals, subtract 2 inches. If you're in the blue up here, look at your snow totals, subtract 2 inches. If you're in the purple, if you're in the pink, or if you're in the purple, I think that's the best guess of what snow you're going to see. If you're in the pink, look at your snow totals, add 2 inches. Okay, you guys got me? I've been looking at this for a long time, and this works out really well sometimes. -2, -2. If you're in the purple, this is your snow total. This is your best snow total estimate. If you're in the pinks, add 2 inches. Why? Because for some reason, the national blend, the main target areas, it underperform. Like I said, because it blends everything together, it underdoes it. The blue areas, it overdoes it, and the purple tends to be the medium confidence tends to be you get something like that. It's a good way to look at it usually. That being said, we can see what's happening. Kansas, most of your state looks safe. Missouri, most of your state looks safe. Northern Missouri could be a little bit tough. Arkansas, northern Arkansas, you want to be in northern Arkansas. Listen, Red River Valley, southern Texas, southern Oklahoma, northern Texas, it's going to be tough. I think a lot of this accumulation you see here is an actual snow. I think this is sleet. It's fun for the kids. It's going to look like snow. It basically is snow, but it's just heavier snow. It's not light snow. Obviously, central to southern Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, you guys are, I should do that in order. Central to southern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, you guys are all looking good. Northern areas could struggle a little bit. Kentucky, target area, looks fantastic. I'm still of the belief we're seeing snow through this corridor here, Nashville, down to, am I stupid? What's Memphis? Sorry, guys. Never forget about Memphis. I'm still of that belief we're going to see it there. Moving out a little bit further east, I mean, there's a possibility for some snow in obviously northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. It's going to be tough, though. Moving out a little bit further east, here we go. Getting into North Carolina. National blend sees 2 inches, still possible. Upstate South Carolina and Charlotte, it is possible. It is even possible to get a dust into a half inch in Atlanta. I still think it's going to be more of a sleet type of thing, but models are tough. Models don't understand warm air loft very well. And if this Arctic air overpowers that warm air loft and doesn't just completely sink under it, but really just shoves it out, that's a possibility. Suddenly your snow line's way farther to the south. I'm just letting you know what is a possibility. I've seen these things happen before, even with all these trends to the north. But again, the great places to be, obviously, south and eastern Ohio, West Virginia, central to northern West Virginia. I do think southern Virginia is going to be okay, though. Maryland, Delaware, PA, you're going to want to be central to eastern, but most of PA, everywhere up here, guys. This is just, you guys are looking really good regardless of how the models trend north or south right now. You guys are looking pretty solid. Now, really quickly, and I'm going to get back to answering everyone's questions. Ice accumulations. Listen, this is a national blend. You should be paying attention even if you're in the light pinks, but I would say the dark, right? This area, if you're in here, have some extra water, have some extra food, batteries if you need it, extra gas if it's a gas-powered house. that type of stuff. Prepare to be stuck in your house for a week if you get the worst. If you get the worst case scenario of ice here. Half an inch of ice will take down trees, take down power lines. And here's the issue. Sometimes you get ice and then a warm front comes through after it and immediately melts it. We could have Arctic air down here for 7 to 10 days after this, or well below average air for 7 to 10 days after this, meaning this ice isn't going anywhere. It's going to be tough. There's going to be states of emergencies. There's going to be a lot of power outages. So just prepare for that. I'm not trying to freak anyone out. Not everyone's going to see that who's in that dark pink. It's not going to be everywhere. It's going to be localized, but there are going to be people who are in this dark pink area that are going to see what we call a crippling ice storm. Crippling ice storm like this. And again, I suspect some of you guys could even push an inch and a half of ice. Crippling ice storms like this can have a worse effect on infrastructure than like a Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricane if you end up with an inch plus of ice. It can be devastating. So make sure you're paying attention. Try to stay off the roads. That's what's happening there. All right, let's get back to discussing everything. Why don't we? Let's go back here. And I'm going to answer more questions. Alrighty. Ask away. Oh, actually, let me take one quick sip because my mouth's getting dry. $2 super chat.
Columbus. Oh.
$5 super chat. Booski, I really appreciate it. Range for Columbus, Ohio. Low end 3. I don't expect you to get the low end. High end 9+. If I had to give you my best guess for you guys, it's going to end up being 6 to 8 inches. Tough storm to forecast right now, but people have been. Meteorologists who I follow on X, I've seen multiple today say I'm done forecasting this storm because of how unbelievably difficult it's been. It's the Arctic air. It's how strong is the pull of the warm air aloft from the Gulf, and it's where does our Baja low meet up with our northern high. It's a fun one. New York City high and low. Yeah, see, I think I'm being way too ballsy giving all these highs and lows because there's some people who don't want to do it, and I can't blame them because it's a tough storm. I'm confident in obviously in certain areas, and that's why I'm trying. I don't love giving you guys like a range that's like 3 inches to a foot, but there's some areas where I have to give a wider range. There's just some areas where I have to. Wait, where'd that go? Oh yeah, New York City high and low. New York City you get over a foot of snow. Low, I still think you get 6 inches of accumulation, 12 inches plus in the high end. Solar, Emmanuel, you think ice has a chance to still tick north? I'll answer your question. It does, but I think actually, I think there's more of a chance snow falls a little bit farther south than expected, than ice falls farther north than expected. And when I say farther south, I don't mean majorly, but a little bit further south. Yeah. Let's see here. What's it looking like for Southwest Virginia? How much snowfall? Mods, you guys are killing it today, by the way. Southwest Virginia. Tough one. Still kind of in that winter battleground zone. Southwest Virginia, though, what's the elevation there? There's some elevation in Southwest Virginia, isn't it? You've got the Appalachians running through portions of Southwest Virginia. If you're at any sort of elevation, you're going to be safe. If you're really low land in Southwest Virginia, I still think you end up on the low end with 3 inches. If you're at any sort of elevation, 8+ inches down there.
More snow/ice or straight ice storm?
$2 super chat from Stephanie. I appreciate that. Icons came out. Favors less ice than the north. All right, Nikki. Appreciate that update. Yeah, we do need to look at the icon. I said I was going to do that earlier. Stephanie, let me get to you 1 second. I appreciate the $2 super chat. So you think it'll shift south again? We've not had just a southern shift in so long, and it's rare to continue to see one way. It almost always overcorrects and then fixes itself. Guys, this has been a weird storm to forecast. Tryon, North Carolina. Let's take a look at this.
What do you think about snow and Columbus?
Tryon, North Carolina. Man, right down there near upstate. Listen, on the high end, you get 2 to 3 inches of snow. I think that's not, I think on the low end, you get a dusting. But you could have some sleet accumulation, which is going to be nice to play around in. But I think ice, you got to prepare for a big ice storm there. You have to prepare for a big ice storm there. You do. There's going to be road shutdown. There's going to be possible power outages. It's going to be a winter storm. I mean, I know a lot of people are looking for snow in upstate South Carolina and then southern North Carolina. Still going to be, I think, if you're into weather and crazy weather events, it's still going to be quite an event to talk about. I hope it's not too crippling with the ice for everyone. K-Dog with $2 super chat. What do you think about snow in Columbus? Columbus, Mississippi. Columbus, Mississippi. I give you like a 1 to 2% chance you actually get snow there. Maybe a little bit of sleet accumulation. I'll give you about a 20% chance there. Crippling ice is going to be your biggest issue in Columbus, Mississippi. Unfortunately, this thing is just the track's a little far north. I don't even think a less strong low would. I think it's still too much warm air aloft there. Okay, dog, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Charleston, Indiana, in particular, if you get a second. And then Northeast Tennessee. Yep, I'll go over that. That's a tough one, Northeast Tennessee. You're right. So I'm not surprised. People haven't given you a solid answer. Charleston, Indiana.
How much snow for Cleveland, Ohio?
Oh, man. Charleston, Indiana, 14 plus inches on the high end. I think 6 inches if you're unlucky on the low end. I think you're going to be fine, though. Oh, my gosh. That's a good place to be. Only 200 people on YouTube. Head over there for a higher chance of getting your questions answered. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between YouTube and TikTok, but yeah, it is easier to see people on YouTube sometimes. Yeah, northeastern. Okay, let's do this. Northeastern Tennessee. Let's actually go straight into the Ohio Valley. All right, here we go. And let's just use the law I applied here, right? If you're in the blue, we're going to subtract 2 inches. What would my best guess be if I had to give you a guess right now for Northeastern Tennessee? 2 to 3 inches.
Can the ice damage compare to
high end 6 inches, low end you get an inch. I think you get snow in Northeastern Tennessee. I think your high end could end up being actually even higher. Let's see what the 12Z. Let's see what the 00Z GFS does, guys. It's going to be interesting.
When you get into the why models shifted so dramatically, and
yeah.
how do we balance this with
Hales,
reality?
Sheldon, Stacy, Melanie, I appreciate it. And holy crap, guys, I appreciate all the follows and subs. If anything, that's the biggest thing that helps my channel. I'm trying to get to doing this. My goal by the end of 2026 is to do this full time. I have a 3 and a 1-year-old, and I have 2 full-time jobs. I'd love to only have 1 full-time job, and I'd love it to be weather because this is my passion. So I really do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you. Hales, DMF, Fleck, Sheldon, Better, Erica Mel, Tree. Oh my gosh, guys, I appreciate it. I mean, I know I'm missing a lot, but I really appreciate that. Guys. Brianna, $2 super chat. Cleveland, Ohio. Interesting.
Baltimore, Maryland. How many inches of snow or ice?
Interesting here. Let's go into the Ohio Valley. Okay, and let's go into our 2-day. All right, Cleveland. All right, here's what the Euro thinks. Don't get confused by doing the total. The Euro right now is expecting 4 inches from this storm. I would give you 7 inches on the high end. I'd give you 2 inches on the low end from the storm right now. Yeah, we're only talking about 90 hours out here on the Euro, 70 to 90 hours out. I think that's going to be your best bet. I'd actually bring that down a little bit. I hate to say it. Cleveland, 3 inches expected, 6 inches, 7 inches high, and I think maybe two low end. Let's take a look because there's a world where the GFS is correct here. I don't think we end up with literally nothing up here. I think the GFS, I think that's not going to happen, but a little bit of a blend of these models I think is more likely to happen. $72 super chat. Can that ice damage compare to Helene damage? To the infrastructure, yes. It's not going to wipe homes off their foundation. But people could be without. There's scenarios where people are without power for a month in ice storms, especially when you don't have a warm up after the ice storm, which we won't in this one. So, building damage, I don't think is going to be as bad for mice, but infrastructure damage could be very bad. $10 super chat. Holy crap. Breaking, I appreciate that.
The lower Hudson Valley.
Can you get into why the model shifted dramatically and where do we balance this with reality? 100%. Yeah, let me get into that right now. How much snow for Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia? Oh man, high end 14 plus, maybe high end 16 plus. I'll say 14 plus. Low end, you still end up with 5 to 6 inches. All right, here's what's happening. Here's how the models are confused. Let's just push up here and let's take a look. And we'll go here. Let's go into heights. Let's go into 500 millibar and vorticity. Okay, here's what's happening. Here's where the models got it wrong. Take a look at how the Euro sees this. You see how the Euro this piece of energy down here to the south completely combines with our piece of energy up here to the north. They lock in. And because they lock in, this system immediately, instead of staying as flowing more from a zonal flow from west to east, now since it's locked in, it's kind of connected and joining with this high pressure to the north, it's going to follow the jet stream that's connected with the high pressure to the north. So now it's moving north. Now the GFS says, hold up, not so fast. Our Baja low to the south is going to move in. There is a possibility it doesn't fully connect with our system to the north. It stays a little bit weaker, and if it does that, it stays further south. You still get big snow because it's still likely going to tilt eventually, but it stays further to the south. That's a big question. That's one big question. The second question is, how much warm air is pulled off the Gulf? We have the coldest Arctic invasion potentially in years, combined with some obviously like record Gulf temperatures. Okay, who wins, the Arctic air or the warm, moist Gulf? Who wins? No one's really gonna win, but it's gonna be what's the interaction like. Is all this warm air, is all this cold Arctic air that's very heavy air really just gonna sink in and allow all that warm air over the top, or will some of that cold Arctic air actually not just sink under the warm air, but will it actually, in the mid layers of the atmosphere, will it actually try to push that warm air out? That's the case scenario where you get snow in the south and you still get tons of snow up north. This is an extremely hard thing because you have your subtropical jet activating out here. How much moisture comes off the Pacific? How much warm air comes off the Gulf? How amplified is this trough? Do they combine or do they stay separated? I mean, I should have known this was going to be a mess. I should have known this was going to be a mess to forecast. Should have known. All right. Let me get back here. I got to get back, answer questions real quick. I really appreciate that. Ricky, $2 super chat. Baltimore, Maryland. How many inches of snow or ice? Baltimore, on the high end, you end up with over a foot of snow. I don't think you end up with much ice. Or not substantial. It's snowing again outside here? Are we in a snow squall here? Oh, we have another snow squall. Okay. Minneapolis has been weird all day. I'm looking right out my window. I got distracted. Baltimore, listen, I think the high end you get like a tenth of an inch of ice. I think you're going to be okay. I think low end is 6 inches. High end you could easily get over 12 inches. This could be the best snow Baltimore has gotten in years. I appreciate that, Ricky. $2 super chat. $2 super chat. What do you think about Cookeville, Tennessee? Wait, what is going on? And I got we're going to Cookeville, Tennessee. Yeah. I like looking at the national blend for this one. Let's go back down there into the Ohio Valley. Cookeville, Tennessee. If we apply what I think here, I think 1 to 2 inches is going to be your expected. I think a dusting is your low end. I think 4 to 6 inches is definitely possible on the high end. Watch out for the ice, though. Prepare for potentially a little bit of ice. $2 super chat. I appreciate that, Hunter. $2 super chat. Newport News, Virginia. High end 9 to 12 inches. Low end, I still think you get 3 to 4. I know there's some models that are trying to put no snow or trying to get ice and all sleet into there. I think you are going to be okay. I can't promise you, but I think you're going to be okay with what I've been looking at. Giving you my honest opinion, and I've looked at a lot of these storms. Luke, Hales, Jen, Sandy, I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Let me answer a little bit over here on TikTok as well. $2 from Sebastian. What about the Lower Hudson Valley? Lower Hudson Valley could see 14 plus inches. On the low end, I still think you get 6 plus. Lower Hudson Valley is a great place to be if you want big snow with this. It's going to start on Saturday night in the Lower Hudson Valley. Is it true Louisville is the heavy band? Louisville could end up.
What about Fuquay?
Oh yeah, we have a legit snow squall. There was nothing happening outside my window, and now the wind is whipping. It's sideways snow. Sorry, I'm interrupting that. I gotta stop talking over it. Yeah, Louisville's a great spot. Louisville's a great spot. $5 super chat from 70. I appreciate you. Any chances it could change? You guys are being so generous. Like, seriously, I really appreciate you guys. Especially all the follows and subs. You guys are freaking amazing. I'm going to try to keep answering. We're going to look at the 12Z GFS in a little bit. We're going to be doing this for a while tonight. We're going to try to nail the storm down tonight. I'm going to answer 10 more minutes of questions, then we're going to really dive into some stuff here. Any chances it could change, and then I'll get back into questions. Any chances it could change for the South? It could. And I brought it up a few times this stream, but warm air at the surface is easier to forecast than warm air aloft. And what's turning a lot of this snow in the South into sleet and ice is models assuming there's a lot of warm air aloft. There's plenty of times where the models are wrong with the so if all these models were showing above freezing temperatures down here for everyone, I'd say the models are probably right. It's not the surface temperatures they're worried about. It's the air aloft, and it's harder for them to forecast that. So if you're holding on to hope, on the southern portion of this for a little bit more snow than expected, don't expect it, but you can hold on to a little hope. You definitely can. John's $5 super chat. 70, I appreciate that, John's. Snow totals for Washington, Pennsylvania, about 40 minutes south of Pittsburgh. Thank you for telling me where it is so I didn't have to look it up. Man. High end 9 inches, low end 4 inches. I think you're going to be okay. And whatever snow you get is going to be super fluffy. It's going to be very, very nice. It's going to be like that ski mountain snow.
1 to 2 feet been waiting for a storm like this.
I think you said Long Island. Long Island's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be nice fluff. It's going to be like this. When you get this cold air snow, it's like mountain snow. $5 super chat. Educated. I appreciate that.
Totals seem 3 to 5, but other 8 to 11.
I think New York City is more likely to get closer to 8 than 3. I'll tell you that. It could get over a foot on the high end. I think New York City's a lot more likely to get closer to the 7 or 8 inches than the low end of that. 100%.
Safe as in no snow, but still affected by ice and NVA.
We're talking about, let me see real quick. Fuquai. Were you in here yesterday? You were. Most likely ice and sleet. There's a world where you guys end up with like 3 inches of snow out there. Prepare for the ice. Educated redneck, prepare for the ice, please. You could see big ice. I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you for the support. $10 super chat from Kyle. Hey, Connor. Oh, wait, let me, wait, yeah, a lot of people asking about the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right, I'll get into that question in just a second. Thank you, Yali. Sending love to the best YouTube weatherman. Hey, I appreciate you. Can you be confident Long Island gets 1 to 2 feet? Been waiting for a storm like this. I'm not confident Long Island gets 1 feet. I'm confident Long Island easily gets over 6 inches of nice snow. Really nice snow. I'd say 9 inches is my target for Long Island right now, which would be probably the biggest snow you've gotten across the island in quite a while. There's a world where you guys end up with 14 plus inches on the island, though. Yeah, Virginia. Absolutely wild.
We are right on the cusp of the ice and
Matt,
snow.
I'm in the heavy band of snow, Dad. You are, Matt. I'm gonna be FaceTiming the shit out of you. I appreciate that, Matt.
I am the heavy band of snow, Dad.
Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas-Fort Worth. If the gods come down and give you all of their luck, you're going to end up with 4 inches of snow. Well, what do I think is going to happen in Dallas? You're going to get an inch or 2 of sleet. Maybe an inch of sleet, and you're going to get at least a 1/4 inch of ice. I'm worried about the ice in Dallas. It's good. You're going to feel the winter storm. I don't think you're going to feel it how you want to feel it. It's going to be sleet and ice. Prepare. There is a world somewhere in an alternate universe where you guys end up with a good snow accumulation on the ground. Is it our universe? Possibly. I'm just not so sure about that. Not so sure about that. The impacts are gonna be big in Dallas, regardless of if you get that snow accumulations or not. $2 super chat from Kevin. New York City totals. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We just went over that. Kevin, I appreciate the super chat. $2 super chat from Tony. Safe, as in no snow, but still affected by ice.
We weren't getting anything really, but now the storm shifted. I'm confused. Are we going to get snow now?
I'll get to it in a second. Connor, any updates on the models? Is Atlanta, Georgia still getting ice? Atlanta, Georgia is in the target for ice. Prepare for ice. There's a small chance you get a little bit of sleet or snow accumulation in Atlanta, but prepare for ice. It's one of the areas I'm really concerned about. Same with Dallas. Same with like Huntsville, Alabama, Birmingham, potentially Mississippi.
Could get snow instead of sleet.
Kevin, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Tony, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Safe to say no snow, but still affected by ice. What was that? Northern Virginia? Safe as in no snow, but still affected by ice. NN Virginia. All of Virginia could see big snow. Even the southern portion, if you get some good snow banding. Central to Northern Virginia will see good snow. If you're worried about ice, I'm only worried about really Eastern Virginia for big ice. Appreciate that, Tony. $2 super chat from DJ. What about Winchester, Virginia? Snow, ice. Where's Winchester? Where's Winchester? Man, I need to learn how to spell. Oh, Winchester, man. Winchester, 14 plus inches on the high end. I think you probably end up with closer to 6 to 9 inches. But you guys could see a big day. TJ, I appreciate the super chat. Let's go up here. Mary, $5 super chat. How screwed is Richmond, Virginia? We're right on the cusp of ice and snow. I think Richmond, Virginia is still going to have a good day. I think Richmond, Virginia, if I had to give my best guess is going to end up with 3 to 6 inches of snow. On the high end, you end up with over 8 inches of snow. I don't think you're going to get as much ice as they're projecting, though. I think you end up overperforming on ice, on snow, and underperforming on ice potentially here. Getting lost here. Dustin said Kansas City over on TikTok. Listen, your totals have been trending up in Kansas City. High end, I'd say 6 to 8 inches. Low end, an inch or 2. I think you're going to end up with a little bit of snow in Kansas City. High end, 4 to 6 inches. Low end, an inch or 2. I think you're going to end up with some snow in Kansas City. Moogles, $5 super chat. I'm in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Right, that's down there in the south, right? Oh no, or am I going crazy? Yeah, Jeffersonville, Indiana, 14 plus on the high end, 6 to 8 inches on the low end. It's a great spot to be. weren't going to get anything really. But now I'm confused. How are we getting snow now? You're getting snow now because a bulk of our models think that our Baja low, our low pressure moving up through the southern plains is going to connect with our jet stream a little bit quicker. They're going to merge, and that's going to allow that moisture to ride the jet stream up on a higher, up on a track like this, instead of a track like this. Also, models see the low pressure strengthening with a stronger low pressure, more warm air aloft from the Gulf, from the Atlantic. You get snow falling heavier, farther to the north. The models have been trending in your direction. So congratulations. You might win the snow lottery. Tanner, $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Mughals, I appreciate you. How confident do you think Tulsa and Oklahoma City areas? Got you, Jasmine. I'm going to answer that right now. Really quick. $5 super chat from Tanner. How confident do you think Flowery Branch, Georgia could get snow instead of sleet? Flowery Branch, Georgia. I don't think you're going to get snow instead of sleet. I think if you get accumulation, it's going to be sleet accumulation. I give you guys maybe a 20 to 30% to end up with an inch of snow on the ground in that region. But you're going to get ice. Ice is guaranteed, whether it's freezing rain or all that potential sleet and cold rain turns into ice because you have an Arctic blast moving in right after the system moves through, getting into Sunday. So, but there's a small chance you guys end up with a little bit of snow accumulation. 100%. Tanner, I appreciate the super chat. What were we talking about? Oklahoma City, Tulsa. Whoa, where am I? Okay, my TikTok just decided to disconnect me over there. I'm going back on live though. That's crazy. I had 1,200 people on my TikTok, and TikTok just disconnected me. Anyways, $5 super chat. Emmanuel, I appreciate you. Emmanuel, I appreciate you. Totals for Hickory, North Carolina. Hickory, North Carolina. Let's see. Man, on the high end, you guys could maybe end up with 3 to 4 inches. I would say on the high end, you guys get 3 to 6 inches. I think it's more likely you end up with maybe an inch of sleet, and you really have to worry about ice. It's a tough spot. You're completely in a winter battleground zone right now in that area. That's an extremely hard area to forecast. It could go both ways for you guys. Well, Emmanuel, you're not there. Were you asking for someone? I mean, I appreciate the $5 super chat as always. Legend. Not all legends wear capes. My Lady Lake, welcome to the Clap Crew. Appreciate you joining over on YouTube. Love you, Lake. $2 super chat from Audrey. No questions, but my 7th grade students love you. Audrey, I love your 7th grade students. And if any of them are interested in learning about weather, I think they should. I think it's very fun, and I think it's awesome. They should consider it. I appreciate the $2 super chat, Audrey. Say hi to all the students for me. Bill, $2 super chat. Not even a question. I appreciate the support. Guys, yeah, I had like 1,200 people over on TikTok, and it disconnected me. So I hope we're getting some of the people back in there. But would I be able to travel this weekend in Jefferson City, Missouri? It depends when. The worst of the snow is going to be moving out as we get into Sunday morning. If you're talking about Friday and Saturday, really it's just Saturday taking a look at this. Friday you'll be okay. Sunday you'll be okay. Saturday is going to be bad for most of Missouri. Saturday's going to be bad for most of Missouri, yeah. I'm in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Any updates? I don't care where you are in New Jersey. Man, anywhere in New Jersey you could see a high end, I think, of 9 to 12 inches. With a low, if you have a bad day, you're getting 3 to 6. You guys are looking good, especially Rutherford. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Multi, can we get back up to 1,000 over on TikTok? I got disconnected, guys. If you're getting back in here, it disconnected me. TikTok doesn't understand when I'm live streaming. TikTok said it disconnected me because I was not actively engaging in my TikTok chat, which is crazy because I've been answering questions. So I don't know. That's just how it is sometimes. But I'm back. I'm back, baby. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, we were answering that question. Taking a look at the national plan. Holy crap. Lake with the Coral. I appreciate you. Chan, Vega, Erica, Hales. I know I'm missing some people. Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's take a look at that real quick. And then I got to open my window because I'm sweating. $2 super chat from Santino again.
GFS shifted north in a good way.
Depending on where you are, they did. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Yeah. Yeah, the GFS finally did a little bit of a shift north. Yeah, Tulsa and Oklahoma. Here we go.
Detroit Metro me. Thoughts?
I got you in a second.
Thanks for being here.
No problem. I think on the low end, Oklahoma City still gets 1 to 3 inches. On the high end, there's a world where Oklahoma City ends up getting like 5 to 8 inches. You could get more. This is a winter battleground
Hour
zone.
60, the GFS looks like it wants to tick north, but it goes zonal, then expands north, thus far.
All right, we're gonna take a look at it in a second.
The energy not phased.
Emmanuel, you're wild.
I know the people want to know.
$10 super chat. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Emmanuel, I appreciate all the support. College Station, Austin. Yeah, Emmanuel, thank you. You want to be in Tulsa if you want good snow. If you want probably guaranteed good snow. Oklahoma City, you could get good snow. It's not guaranteed. I think Oklahoma City sees ice, sleet, and snow. I don't think you're avoiding snow. You're seeing ice, sleet, and snow.
Blacksburg, South Carolina. Cherokee Company. Our drive to Greer West.
Danielle, $2 super chat.
Staff Monday M Drive.
Detroit, Michigan.
Sleet or freezing rain W power outages.
Appreciate that, Kamel. We'll get that in just a second. Detroit, Michigan. Let's take a look here.
Snowfall total.
Let's take a look here. Let's go over. Let's push out east, and let's just go into our 24-hour and see how this moves through on the national blend. Man, there's a world where Detroit gets a dusting of snow. There's a world where Detroit gets 6 to 8 inches of this. Detroit, if you get a dusting of snow an inch, don't yell at me. You're going to be so cold up here. You guys are going to be so dry and so cold up here. I think this high might suppress a little bit of the snow to the south. I'm going to have to lean into the low end with Detroit and like the 1 to 2 inches. I'm not going to be shocked if you guys end up getting over 4 or 5 inches, but it's going to be so dry and cold up there. I hope you guys get the higher end if you're looking for it. I can't always give good news, but again, I hope you guys get the higher end. Give me $5. Blacksburg, South Carolina, Cherokee. Wait, to Cherokee, Colorado. Wait, you're driving from South Carolina to Colorado? Drive to Greer, South Carolina. Concerned about staff. Monday AM drive. Morsley. Okay, so this is about Monday morning drive. Yes. Okay, so if we're looking at the timeline here, our system's out. This is Monday at 6 a.m. right here. This is Monday at 6 a.m. Our system's out. Your temperatures are going to be potentially record lows here with ice on the ground. Yes, there's going to be a big issue. I'm hoping we get some states of emergency down here. We've already gotten some, and they are sending all the ice, or sorry, not all the ice, all the salt they can to get these roads cleared up quick. Be very cautious down in South Carolina Monday morning. Dayton, Ohio, Snowfall. Yeah, high end, you guys get 9+ inches. Low end, I think you still end up with 3 to 4 inches in Dayton, Ohio. There's a world where you get way more than 9 inches, but I think it might be tough. A little far north. The latest Euro is a lot of models are still trending north for you. Southern Indiana. I think I missed a question. Dang it. Southern Indiana. Fantastic. High end 14+ inches. Low end you get 6 to 8 inches. Fantastic place to be in Southern Indiana. I don't know what to tell you. $2 super chat from Brian. I appreciate that. How much will Boston get? I'm gonna say 6 to 8 inches. Could they receive more? 100%. I don't think they receive less than 4 or 5 though. Jackie, Bonnie, Andrew. I'm really going off on a whim here answering these quickly, guys, because some of these, Surfing Penguin Vega, I appreciate you. Linz, Laura, Andrew, Kayla, Jackie, Bonnie, Andrew Urban. It's tough. I'm giving you the best that I can with the info that I have. I'm going to, in a second here, go over everything again and then get back to answering questions. Des Moines Metro. Listen, Des Moines over the next 72 hours. I don't think you're going to get snow from this storm over the next 72 hours, though, on the high end. Des Moines could see 2.5 inches. You're expecting them out over the next 72 hours in Des Moines is nothing. That's the expected amount from the National Weather Service. High end, maybe 2 to 3 inches. There you go. There you go. South Jersey. I work hospice nurse Sunday. Man, it's going to be big. You guys could end up with over a foot of snow in South Jersey. I don't think you escape with less than 4 to 6 inches in South Jersey. It starts to get real bad as we get into Sunday morning. Moves out Monday morning. It's an all-day Sunday thing. Thank you for what you do. Seriously. That's a tough job. Give me a second. I got to breathe, and we're going to get back to answering all the questions. I don't know. You guys are incredible. Wow. You guys are, seriously, I really appreciate all the support, guys. Give me 1 second. Got to get my breath back. Give me 1 second.
How much will Greenwich, Connecticut get?
How much will Greenwich, Connecticut get? I don't even think it matters. Connecticut's a small state. Where you are, I think anywhere in Connecticut could see over 9 inches of snow, 9 to 12 inches of snow. I don't think you escape with under 3 to 5 inches of snow in Connecticut. I'd say you're going to land somewhere between 6 inches to 12 inches up in Connecticut there. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Micah, guys, thank you for the follows and subs. Seriously, those mean a lot. I appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to do it full time. You guys are awesome. I live stream every day. I post every day.
30-ish minutes south of ATL.
Megan, $2 super chat. Peachtree, Georgia, 30 minutes south of Atlanta. You could end up with dusting to 1 inch if you get super lucky here. If you do, though, it's probably going to be sleet accumulation. Your major threat, of course, which you probably already know, is ice. Be prepared. Get some extra water, extra food in the house. Some people in northern Georgia are going to be without power for a week or two. There's definitely the possibility. Trees, power lines can go down, so prepare for that. Definitely. And you're going to have record-breaking cold temperatures potentially pushing into Monday and Tuesday. You could have wind chills approaching 0 to 5 degrees. Maybe colder.
Ice accumulation in Hartwell, GA.
Boston, Massachusetts. Again, I'm expecting you guys up there between 6 to 9 inches. Could be more, could be less. I think Boston's at a good spot. It's going to be nice, fluffy snow. $2 super chat from Austin. I appreciate the support. Possible ice accumulation in Hartwell, Georgia. Here, let's take a look at the latest here. Let's see. Hartwell, Georgia. Hartwell, Georgia. Oh, yeah, up there northeast. Man. You get 2 inches on the high end if you're really lucky with snow. Again, I think it's more of sleet accumulation than snow accumulation if you get any. Potential ice accumulation here. Let's take a look at the latest in that area. Let's go into winter. Let's go into... What is the Euro thing down here? Let's push into the southeast. Let's push into the southeast. Here we go. Getting into Hartwell. Look at that. High end, you could get an inch of ice. Low end, you're probably still going to end up with a 10th. Expect power outages in and around that region. Roads to be undrivable. Some trees, power lines down. $1 super chat from the Nestor fam. I appreciate that support.
What's the wash?
Detroit, Michigan.
DC area looking like?
What's the Washington D? Well, let me answer it real quick. Detroit, Michigan. How much snow, please? Again, this is very tough. Although models right now are showing the potential for like 4 to 6 inches in Detroit with this system, I'm nervous it's going to be so cold and so dry up there that you get a lot of snow just kind of evaporating, moving off in the air and not falling. I'm going to say you guys get an inch or two, but if the model trends have been putting more and more snow into Detroit, so you have that on your side. $2 super chat from Nat. What is the Washington, D.C. area looking like? On the high end, Washington, D.C. could literally see over a foot of snow. On the low end, if you get too much mixing in the beginning or too much mixing after the main push of snow, you might only end up with 4 to 5 inches. I don't see a world where you get under that in D.C. I guess it's possible. The storm has been extremely hard to forecast. I'm nervous giving out all these totals. I have to give you what I see right now. But, man, DC still looks good to me. DC still looks good to me, snow-wise.
Dawsonville, GE.
Dawsonville, Georgia, $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Power outages in Dallas-Fort Worth, snow, ice. I would be shocked if we didn't get power outages in Dallas-Fort Worth. That would be a miracle. Expect some in Dallas-Fort Worth. A dusting of snow is possible. Maybe 2 inches if you're extremely lucky in Dallas. I don't think you're going to get 2 inches, but maybe an inch of sleet accumulation. Ice, I think, is almost a guarantee. There's going to be power outages in the Dallas-Fort Worth region. Not for everyone, but for some, I would say it's almost guaranteed. Dawsonville, Georgia. Where we at? Towards northern Georgia. Again, 1 to 2 inches is possible snow. If anything, it's going to be 1 to 2 inches of sleet there. I do think, again, you're in one of the main targets for ice. Just prepare. Get some extra water. Get some extra food in the house. Some extra battery. If you're in a gas-powered house, get some extra gas. Expect cancellations. Expect roads to be hard to drive on. Nebraska. Yeah, no, this has been trending up for Nebraska. You want to be in central to southeastern Nebraska for sure. Let's go. Let's push in here. You want to be in central to southeastern Nebraska for sure. Omaha on a good day gets 6 inches. On a bad day, I think it's an inch from this.
Mason Dixon line. Please, smiley face emoji.
Jenks, I appreciate you. Brandon with $2 super chat. How much in Western Maryland? Man, you guys have a big day as well. You guys could have a big day as well in Western Maryland. Let's push out east. 14 plus inches in Western Maryland on the high end. Low end, I think you're going to still end up with 4 to 6 inches if you have a bad day, but I think you're going to get over that. I think I'd have to say 6 to 8 is my best guess. 6 to 9 is my best guess for that area currently. Brandon, I appreciate the super chat. $2 super chat from Nestor Fam, Southwestern PA, Morgantown, West Virginia, Mason Dixon line.
Do you think Athens TN will
I'd expect 5 to 8 for your region. You could push over 9. I'd say low end you get 3 or 4. I'd say 4 to 7. I'd say 4 to 7 for your region is my best guess right now. The Nestor fam, appreciate the $2 super chat. $2 super chat, CMJ. Kingsport, Tennessee. Yep, we'll go over that next. $2 super chat. Do you think Athens, Tennessee will get just ice?
What's it looking like for Manhattan and
What was it?
YC?
Newport. Oh, man. Athens. I'm getting ahead of myself now. Athens, Tennessee. Athens, Tennessee, there's a world where you guys end up with 2 to 4 inches of snow. There still is. The main threat is going to be sleet and ice, though. I wouldn't expect snow, but I wouldn't be. I can still give you like a 30-40% chance we still get snow there, even though the Euro erases snow there. I still think there's an opportunity there. My best guess is going to be maybe you get a dusting to an inch of sleet, dusting to 2 inches of snow, sleet, and then you get a little bit of ice. I think the worst of the ice is going to be south of you. Someone said, what was it? That was, oh man, what did I just say? What was that last one that was pinned? Crap. That was, hold up. I appreciate it, CMJ. Appreciate it, $2 super chat. Crap. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm doing a lot. Joel, $2 super chat. What is it looking like for Manhattan, New York City? It's going to come back to me in a second. What is it looking like for Manhattan, New York City? You guys could have a field day. 9 to 12 inches of snow is definitely a possibility. I don't think you get under 6 right now. New York City looks really nice. Salisbury, Maryland. I'd almost say the same thing as New York City. I say a foot's not impossible in Salisbury. Well, Salisbury, I'd say 6 to 9 inches is more likely in Salisbury. You could get 9 plus. I think on the low end, you end up getting 3 to 5 inches of snow. There's going to be a little bit of a mixing potentially there. Laura, I appreciate your badge. Brandon, Rent, Nathan, Paul, Captain. Appreciate you guys. Kingsport, Tennessee. Was that what it was? Kingsport.
Pittsburgh past snow was the high end and low end.
Man, Kingsport, Tennessee. High end 5 to 8, low end 2 to 5. I think Kingsport gets at least 2 inches. I'm nervous saying that because of the mixing that's happening. I don't think you have an issue with ice. I think you have a little bit of sleet mixed in, but I think Kingsport's gonna be okay. $2 super chat from Vinny. I appreciate that. Pittsburgh, PA. Snow. What's the high end? I'm gonna put. What did I say earlier? Because I like what I said earlier. I'm gonna put Pittsburgh in like the 5 to 8 range, and on the low end, I'm gonna put you guys in like the 2 to 5 range. I don't think you guys get out of here without a little some decent snow falling. I don't think you're gonna get a foot though, like they are in Eastern PA. Unfortunately, Vinny, I appreciate $2 super chat. Miss LA $2 super chat. Didn't ask anything, just supporting. I appreciate you. Could the South see any more snow after this? Yes, I'm glad someone asked that.
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
There's another huge push of Arctic air towards the Gulf next weekend. Models are going back and forth. Will we see a snowstorm? 100% of snowstorms on the table again next weekend. Maybe just like this one, maybe much further south. Not guaranteeing you it, but I've already started watching it. I'm not talking about it yet because it's too far out, but my eyes are on it. Appreciate that, Tanner. $2 super chat from Brianna. So if you miss out on this one, just know there's probably a chance next weekend, or maybe a chance next weekend. I think there will be. Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's what, west of Charlotte, right? Maybe. No, way east of Charlotte. If you're lucky, you get 1 to 3 inches of snow. I think you're going to end up with 1 to 2 inches of sleet out there and potentially a tenth to a quarter inch of ice. Get ready for the ice and sleet. That's going to be the big issue, and the freezing air. And after the storm moves through, all that water on the surface is going to start to freeze as well. So prepare out there. There's a world where you guys have a little bit of snow. You're in the winter battleground zone, but a little bit on the outside of it. Appreciate that, Brianna. You're here $2 super chat. Atlanta is not on a winter storm watch. Why? I think they should be. I can't tell you why. They should be. They put that out. They might get it tonight or tomorrow. Okay, I actually got to look at new models. We got to look at the new GFS, guys. Kennebunk, Maine. Where is that? Let's look at the new GFS, and then I'm going to get back to answering questions. Kennebunk, Maine. Oh, my gosh. We got a lot of people in here. Oh, yeah. High end, you guys could easily get over 9 inches of snow. I think on the low end, you still get at least 3 to 5 inches, but probably closer to the high end there. Okay. Really quickly. New models. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We got new data. Brand new data, guys. Brand new data. Really quickly, I just want to tell everyone, seriously, I appreciate the support. All the follows, all the subs are incredible. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the gifts. But more than anything, I appreciate you guys being in here, helping the algorithm, trusting me. Again, if you want to join the Discord, it's an awesome Discord. A lot of your questions will be answered in that Discord. I have like 4 different models posted in the Discord for snow. They're the best ones to look at. The National Weather Service, the National Blend, HRRR for the short range. I talk about severe every single day. The severe weather chances for the days updated. The temperature outlooks updated. Everything you could want in there is in there. Tons of weather enthusiasts. We post pictures. We're going to give away merch. We're going to do lots of stuff. Connor's Comic Corner HQ. I have a link to my Discord and all of my YouTube videos. Not on my YouTube lives, on all my YouTube videos if you want to join that. I stream every day. I try and stream every day. Post videos every day. Usually in the morning. Got a great mod team. I appreciate you guys. Let's go over this real quick, and then we get back to answering questions. Here we go. God, time flies when you're having fun. All right, latest GFS. Wow. Still playing the South. Still keeping the South in play, ladies and gentlemen. But you do not want the GFS if you are up in St. Louis. If you're in Illinois, well, far southern Illinois and Indiana to be okay, but Ohio. Oh, wow, but look at this enhance on the back end now. Oh, wow. The GFS tilts the crap out of this. See, this is the GFS giving a little bit of love to everyone. It still tries to get you accumulation through Tennessee. Tiny dusting up there in Georgia. Maybe in upstate South Carolina, a dusting to a couple inches through Charlotte, North Carolina. And then you get a ton of snow, mid-Atlantic New England, and then the back end here amplifies. You actually have 2 low pressures here, by the way. You're going to have one up front. You're going to have one out back. This is the actual kind of what we call Baja low, upper level low. And then you have your low that develops from the temperature, from our gradient. You know, the interaction between the cold and warm air as this Arctic air hits the Gulf. So we got 2 low pressure systems. You can see the front one, the back one. So this still on the back end puts lots of snow up into the Midwest. Man, the latest GFS gives everyone love. Let's take a look at what's the latest snow totals on this. And then I'll get back to answering questions. So here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you get sleet accumulation down here, which is kind of like a little bit of snow, but just based on the latest GFS run, man, that's giving a lot of people love. Let me actually go into the 2-day so we can see this better. I don't want to see the other snow. Let's go 3-day. Okay, so this is it. Sometimes when you look at the total, it's accounting for lake effect and other storms that move through previous. Kentucky's the target on this is the latest global. Oklahoma City does good. Tulsa does good. Ooh, Little Rock's on the border there. St. Louis, pretty decent there. Southern Missouri does good. Central to Southern Illinois does okay. Central to Southern Indiana does pretty good. Southern Illinois and Indiana do great. Central to Southern Ohio does great. Kentucky does incredible. Nashville gets a ton of snow with this. So does Northeastern Tennessee. Yeah, I know you're seeing no snow into the mountains, but it's because it doesn't understand mountain weather. We're very likely to get snow there at the elevations. Virginia does pretty good overall, unless you're right on the border, but I still think it does good here. On the latest GFS, West Virginia is a target. Kentucky's a target. Obviously, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, central Oklahoma. Lubbock probably gets in on a little bit of fun here. And then, obviously, the Mid-Atlantic. All of the Mid-Atlantic, you're doing good here. And coastal New England. That's the latest GFS. What's the change? Let's push back. Definitely shift it north. Definitely shift it north. But it still holds the pot. It still wants to provide a lot. It still wants to provide way more snow down here, where you can see the latest Euro is like doing something like this, really erasing a lot of snow down there. All right. Icon's pushing the snow very far north, but it's also saying what's happening on the back end here. This is back end snow. Look at that. Maybe you get an inch or 2 in the back end from Atlanta all the way up through Greensboro, North Carolina. That's what the Icon sees. So pretty good snow. That is the latest Icon.
PA, near Philly, low and high.
We don't have a 00Z Canadian, do we? 00Z Canadian is loading in, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'll get right. We're going to get back into questions. Okay, it's loading in. It is loading in. Let's go take a look at the national blend. Winter. Man, my neck hurts. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get back. 1 second. View, docs, control panel. Do need this control panel. Just give me 1 second, guys. What is this doing? Okay. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Let me close that. You guys all good on YouTube? You can still see what's going on. All right, sorry. I'm getting back to answering all the questions. Holy crap. Let's do this. Okay, we're doing good. Wow, we got about 1,000 people over on TikTok. Got 200-300 over on YouTube. You guys are amazing. Let's get back in. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can again. Speed round again. Speed round again. We still getting 16 feet of snow in Dallas? No. Praying for the GFS. Mark, $2 super chat. Hoping Southern Plateau does better in Tennessee. God, part of me wants to stay up for the 12Z Euro. I know I shouldn't. Tell me not to, guys. Tell me not to. God, part of me wants to stay up for the 12Z Euro with you guys. That's going to be a huge update. Maybe I will. All right. Mark, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Clinks Games, $2 super chat. Drex Hill, PA, near Philly. Low and high ends. High end, a foot. I wouldn't even be surprised. Low end, 4 to 6 inches. I don't think you guys escape without a nice half foot of snow on the ground. I appreciate it, Clinks. Appreciate the super chat. Full time, no pressure. Allie, what's poppin'? Northwestern Johannesburg, PA. Or Johnsburg. Johnsonburg. Jeez. I need to put my glasses on. I could barely read that. I really need to put my glasses on. High end, I think you guys end up getting 5 to 8 inches. Low end, 2 to 4. I need to put my glasses on, guys, so I can read better. 1 second. These are prescription. Okay. Okay. I can read much better. Middle River, Maryland. Middle River, Maryland. I'm learning all these new cities. Middle River, Maryland. I can tell you I've never heard of that one. Is it in the middle of a river? Yeah, high end 9 to 12 inches. Low end, I think you're solid still with 4 to 6 inches. Meg, relatable. I appreciate you. Dylan, I appreciate you. Let me do this real quick. Sorry, I'm gonna keep speed answering questions. There's a couple things I had to do on my end because things are all over the place. Give me 1 second, guys. 3 seconds. Let me do this. I want to see if I can actually open up my live studio so I can see this a little bit better. Dashboard, content, live. All right, there we go. Let me pull this up. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. We're gonna go. We're gonna speed answer questions.
Will there be ice in Florence, South Carolina, or all rain?
I got you in 1 second. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Yeah, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. High end, you guys. There's a possibility you end up with 3 to 6 inches. I'd probably expect closer to 1 to 3 inches through Murfreesboro. High end could be even higher than that, but probably expect more than 1 to 3 inches through Murfreesboro. I don't care. The Euro gives you nothing. I think there's a chance for that. I don't think you're gonna have to battle with ice. I think it's gonna be a battle between sleet and snow for you, and expect record-breaking temperatures as you get in Monday and Tuesday. Let's take a look at the latest national blend. Let me actually pull this up for you guys too. Okay, here we go. Let me actually do this on this other screen here. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take a look at GFS. Give me 1 second. Snow depth. No, we don't want that. Okay. Man, that looks terrible. 1 second. I'm trying to give you something else to look at here. I know I keep getting distracted. I'm just trying to have everything set up so I can actually answer a lot of questions quickly. Snowfall +4. All right, whatever. We're back. And HEFS out here. Yep, we just looked at it, but I'll go back to looking at it again. Lots of questions about Virginia. Sure, let's get into it. And I have a super chat, $2 super chat. Hope I didn't miss any. $2 super chat from Miss LA. Will it be ice in Florence, South Carolina, or all rain? And then let's get into Virginia. I appreciate you, Maz, pointing some of that stuff out. No, not Florence, Italy. Florence, South Carolina, which I'm sure is much more beautiful than Florence, Italy. Right, chat? That's not a hit on Florence, South Carolina. It could be beautiful, but I don't know about better than Florence, Italy. Yeah, you guys could get some. You guys could get some ice there. You guys could get some ice there. Let's look at surface ice accumulation. Okay. National Blend is reloading in here. I'm getting into Virginia. Don't worry about it. Southeast. Not maybe as bad as some areas in upstate South Carolina, but watch out. I would say a quarter inch to half an inch is on the table for you guys, so prepare for that. Maybe a tiny little bit of a weird sleet accumulation as well. Yeah. All right, we have the new National Blend loading in now too, but we've got to stay at the 00Z for one more second. Let's get into Virginia. All right, let's take a look at Virginia. And to look at Virginia, let's see. We're gonna go into. There you go. We know where the exciting part of Virginia is. I actually don't think. I think these totals are actually a little crazy. Forget my rule for this. Obviously, our concern for mixing is down here. I think you're okay all the way down to the border of Virginia as well. I think this is a little high. My guess for here is going to be 9 to 12. I'll say 9 to 12 plus. Okay. I'm going to give you guys in here 6 to 9 plus. I really should make it 5 to 9 plus. I'm going to give us through here 4 to 8. 3 to 7. There you go. Take it to the bank. Cash it. Cash it. Tell them Connor sent you. Alrighty. Will anything happen to South Alabama? Why? What'd they do? Are they in trouble? Oh, with the winter storm? No. Lots of cold rain, probably. Lots of cold rain. Now, your temperatures could get below freezing in South Alabama after the storm moves through. So you could actually end up having some of that rain freeze on the surface. So ice on the surface is actually possible in South Alabama, I think. Hey, Connor, why is the National Blend so high on totals when the newest GFS has 11.3 on the Gucera in Philly and the Euro has 9.3? If you're closer to the border of the snow, you want to look at the 10 to 1. So let me go to the GFS and let me look at the 10 to 1 ratio for the southern side of this system, because you'll likely be more of a 10 to 1 ratio here. I don't think you'll be a 10 to 1 ratio there here. I think this is all very realistic. Come on, load in. Latest National Blend. I want it to load in. I want that. We need that. I need that. Ruby, it's Steph, Aaron, Dustin. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Incredible. I appreciate all the follows and subs. I really do, guys. Thank you for all the support. New York City, biggest storm in a while. This could be the biggest storm since, 2019 in New York City? Definitely could be. I want to say something. Before I answer more questions. Okay? I spoke a lot about one area in my winter outlook way back in September. And I said, things are going to change this year. Been in a 5-year drought. We're done. And I don't think it's going to happen once. I think we could have a few. Does anyone remember the area I was obsessing over in September or October when I was giving my winter outlook? And I said, believe me, if I could bet my mortgage on it, I would. The Mid-Atlantic. Thank you, Emmanuel. Took the words right out of my mouth. The Mid-Atlantic. In my brain, there was no way in heck we continued to avoid the big storm, especially not with the Enzo cycle we had set up, especially not with record warmth to the south. No, wasn't happening. And I'm going to give you guys one more thing. I also said when we got a snowstorm in the Mid-Atlantic, January 20th, and there was nothing showing on the models for the rest of January, I said, I think we're going to have another little storm through Mid-Atlantic before December's over. It was in December. And we did. December 29th. Something like that. I think there's one more big snowstorm on the table for the Mid-Atlantic after this. I think the Mid-Atlantic absolutely hits their record or hits their average, 100-year average for snow, and then runs off with it. Just continues to go. It says bye-bye and it continues to push up. I think so. I think we have at least one more big one in here. Anyways, all right. Yeah, you guys can watch. Well, you guys can look at my winter outlook too. I have return of the Big Daddy nor'easter, big snow through here. This isn't really a nor'easter. You could consider it a nor'easter. I wouldn't. I still think we get a nor'easter this year. That's why I still think we get a true nor'easter this year. I remember this. It was the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, it was really Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, but I really liked the Mid-Atlantic. The Midwest, I had a big target on the Midwest too, but that's because of the precipitation we expected from the climate was cheating. The Climate Prediction Center liked precipitation here, and so did I. Cheating with you guys there. Mid-Atlantic, I was just thinking that. Yali, yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. I appreciate the cowboy out, Yali. Bernie, Tyler. All right, let me continue to answer everyone's questions. Let's go through here. How about St. Louis? All right, let's push back out to the west. We have the new national blend loading. St. Louis, the new national blend really, really loves you. The latest GFS is actually, I pushed more snow into, you guys should be happy. The GFS wasn't seeing any snow really into St. Louis, and you see the newest, it was the only model that was still saying no snow, and so you have to worry about that. You have global models still showing no. Still showing no. The GFS now we're seeing 7 inches into St. Louis, so 5 to 8 inches. I would not be surprised in St. Louis. It could be more. The Atlantic Ocean is about to get a lot of snow as this thing moves out. Yeah. Yep. Indianapolis. Let's take a look at the latest GFS for Indianapolis. Yeah, I mean, right now we're looking like 5 to 8 inches in Indianapolis. I think you get 4, maybe 3 to 4 on the low end, and you end up getting 8+ on the high end. Which snowfall ratio do I use? If you're on the southern end of the system, you should look at more of a 10-to-1 ratio. You're going to be closer to 32 degrees. If you're up here, far north, and still expecting snow, you're probably going to get a 15, 20, 25 to 1 ratio. So, I like... When I always use the Kuchera because the majority of this storm is going to be above 10 to 1 in January with all this cold air. But I'll take a look at these and I'll push them down a little bit in my head, thinking this is a 10 to 1. And the Kuchera could be a little bit off. Once you get within 48 hours, though, you should really just use the Kuchera because then the models really understand what's happening in all the layers of the atmosphere. $2 super chat from, what is that, Farrell? Wilmington, Delaware, please. Wilmington to Plaza. I like how it read it. All right, Wilmington to Plaza. Why isn't it showing? Why isn't this showing up on my map? Wilmington. Guys, am I going crazy? Oh, oops, I'm in Maryland. Sorry about that. Wilmington, Delaware. For some reason, I thought I was in Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware. Yeah, 12+ inches on the high end. I still think if you have a bad day, you end up with 5 to 6 inches there. Oops, that was Maryland. Scottsboro, Northern Alabama. All right. Northern Alabama. Oh, I see you guys. If you have a really, really lucky day, you're going to get 1 to 2 inches of sleet and snow accumulation. Probably not going to happen. Quickly taking a look at our ice for that area. Let's take a look at our ice for that area. The latest GFS has 1 inch of ice. Prepare for ice. Prepare for a tiny bit of sleet accumulation. Prepare for power outages. Get some water. Get some food in your house. And then prepare for probably record-breaking temperatures. I think getting into Monday and Tuesday after the system moves out. What do I mean by ratio, Fabian said? Well, if you have a 10 to 1 ratio of snow, which is when you're between 26 to 34 degrees.
Does Saraville NJ get more than a foot?
It could. It could. I don't think it will, but it could. I'd probably expect more 6 to 9 inches. Yes. Over a foot is, I wouldn't even say a small chance. I'd say like 20 to 30% chance. Jen, I appreciate $2 super chat. If you have a 10 to 1 ratio, you're probably between 26 to 34 degrees. I'm just going to guess right in there, somewhere around there. You're closer to freezing. Yes, it can snow when it's 34 degrees. It can snow when it's even warmer than that if it's cold enough in the upper atmosphere. For every 1 inch of precipitation, of precipitable water that falls, that's equal to 10 inches of snow. Why? Snow is much less dense than water. So if you get 1 inch of precipitation and you're in a 10 to 1 ratio zone, maybe 26, 34 degrees, you get 10 inches of snow. If you're really cold, some of these northern areas up here that are really cold, you could be in a 25-to-1 ratio. Why? The snow is so light. It is the least dense of snow. For every 1 inch of precipitable water, you have 25 inches of snow. Now, it doesn't snow as much. You don't get as much precipitable water when you're cold, because when you're cold, you're dry. But in rare occasions, you get a lot of precipitable water in an area in a 25-to-1 ratio snow, and then you're buried forever. Works something like that. Few questions about Ohio. Oh, crap, Jasmine. Did I miss the last one? Few questions about Ohio. Let me do that. I need to open my window because I'm sweating in here, guys. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We're gonna get into Ohio and we're gonna continue to go over everything. I think I'm gonna stay up until the Euro comes out tonight with you guys. So, yeah. Let me open my window. Okay, guys. Get some more liquid and then I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot I could open my window from here. All right, be right back. I probably cracked my window open a little bit too much considering it's like negative 15 degrees outside. All right, I'm back. What's going on, everyone? We wanted to talk about what? Ohio. All right, let's take a look at some of the different models up here in Ohio. Let's go Euro. This is an older. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to use Kuchera. Let's push into the Ohio Valley. All right, there you go. A foot across Ohio on the Euro. I think it's too much. I'm giving you guys my opinion. Okay, gosh, the GFS season now too. What do I say? What do I tell them? Now that they agree. I still think it's too much. That's me thinking out loud. Okay, the Canadian thinks a foot across Ohio now too. What is going on? Okay, thank you. The European AI. Finally a model I agree with. I think this is more realistic, okay? I don't care what anyone else tells you. Now, yes, could you get a foot across Ohio? 100%. You should look at something like this. Oh, and it just happens the Euro AI has performed the best out of every global model this year. Just by the way. Expect this. But there, yes, 100%. There's all these models that show more than this. So yeah. You could get more. Hey Connor, what's going on? Fade, what's popping? Josh, is Emmanuel getting out of here? Wait, who's getting out of here? The videos are great. Josh, I appreciate that. $2 super chat. Self.
High and low and for Johnston County, NC.
Johnston County, North Carolina. Man, that's tough. I think high 1 to 3 inches. I think realistically a dusting to an inch of sleet, and I think your main concern should be ice. I wish I could give you a better answer, a more exciting answer. But I'm nervous about crippling ice there. I am. Latest national blend. Here's the latest national blend. Let's take a look. Has anything? Nothing really changes when. Okay, so wait. Okay, wait. Remember, the national blend doesn't just look at all the deterministics and operational runs and blend them together. It takes every single member from every single operational or from every single global, puts it together. Look at okay. So let's compare these. It's a little bit of a south shift on the latest. Oh. It's quite the south. It's quite the southern shift on the latest national blend. What is driving this? Is it because we've looked at a lot of models. What is driving the southern shift? At least you can see you've got higher confidence in upstate South Carolina, through the Charlotte region, through the Research Triangle. You've got that snow trying to get down further into Mississippi, northern Alabama. Interesting. Wow. You guys, the big things I'm seeing here is a little bit farther south here, a little bit farther south here, the higher snow a little bit farther south. Not a major change. What's driving that? Is there a model that just came out that I'm missing? The Canadian didn't really do much of a shift to the south. The UK is loading in now. Maybe the UK actually sees this thing a little bit further south.
NJ snow total.
I want to figure this out. Yeah, I got you in 1 second. I appreciate the super chat, Kev. Let's take a look at this together, guys. It's not going to be loaded enough. Where is the southern shift happening? Actually, where is the southern shift happening? Was the icon much of a southern shift? Let's go back to the 18Z. No. What model is it pulling from? Spire? Okay, the Spire. Look at the Spire. Spire, which is another AI model, goes way south. The Spire model is definitely pulling the national blend to the south. Is the GraphCast pulling the national blend to the south? I could see that happening. I appreciate the sub. Report of Mars. I appreciate the sub. Appreciate the follows, guys. This what is pulling this farther south is the GraphCast still, but let's go back to the 18Z. No, the GraphCast moved north. Interesting. The Spire's the only model I really see taking a pretty big hit to the south, unless the Spire has a lot of weight on the national blend. 12K NAM. It's really interesting of the national blend. It pushed the what's the 18Z? Oh, there it is. There it is, chat. We figured it out. We figured it out. Oh, I got you, Kevin, a second. I got you, Bloom. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Here's the 18Z of the NAM.
St. Louis, Missouri.
A little bit of a shift south, I think, on the NAM. 18Z, 0Z. The Spire goes south. The NAM goes south. The national blend goes slightly south. Not a major south. Not major south. I wouldn't. It's not a major change, guys, but it's something I did notice pretty quickly. All right, let's get back. Power answering questions here. North Alabama. Again, I think you have to worry about ice, and you could get a little bit of sleet accumulation. It's not out of the question in North Alabama to get an inch or two of snow accumulation, but I think maybe you got a 10 to 20% chance there. What was it? Flemington. Oh, I missed one up here too. Wait, hold up. High and low end for Johnston County, North Carolina. $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, and I answered that one. And I do appreciate the super chat. Kev, $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Flemington, North New Jersey. Where's Flemington, New Jersey? Ooh, that's in a great spot near Trenton. Yeah, over a foot is 100% on the table. I don't think you escape with under 6 inches of snow. I think it's going to be closer to 12 inches than 6 inches, though. Really good spot to be. I appreciate that. Bloom, $2 super chat. St. Louis, Missouri. My best guess is you end up with 3 to 6 inches of snow. Could it be more than 6? Yes. I don't think you get under 2 inches. I say low end 2 to 4. I'd say high end 6 to 8 there. Bloom, I appreciate it. $2 super chat again from Santino. Hey, Connor, you see that nor'easter chance? The first. Is it on the new GFS? Wasn't I telling you guys? Wasn't I just telling you guys that I have some confidence in another system next week? I'm not that smart, guys. Obviously, there's more Arctic air heading towards the Gulf next week. That's not that hard. I'm not going to pat myself in the back for that one. But this isn't La La Land. 200 hours out. Is this forecast going to be correct? No. Could it be onto something 200 hours out? Yeah. We're not talking about 372 hours out. So watch this. And this could be even colder air. This is projected to be colder air even than now. So, yeah. It's realistic. It's realistic. Don't expect this to be the track of this snowstorm. It's realistic this could happen, though. A version of this. Next weekend. The Twin Experience, $2 super chat, Greensboro, North Carolina. I think if you guys get a little bit lucky here, you're going to end up with 2 to 4 inches of snow. I think it's more likely you get a dusting to an inch, maybe an inch of sleet accumulation. I don't think you're going to suffer too bad from ice. Let's take a look here, though. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the latest ice on the GFS, and the latest GFS. That's sleet. Still possible if you have a bad day to get a quarter to a half inch of ice. So ice and sleet's more of the story for you guys. Arctic air is more of the story for you guys, but there's a situation here. The national blend just shifted a little bit south. It's giving you a better opportunity for snow there in Greensboro. I think it's more likely going to be early on as the system moves in your snow, it turns into sleet, then it turns into ice. How much snow could you get on the front end? That's going to be a big question for you guys. That's going to really determine how much you get. ER, Ag, Crystal, SK, Mama, LB, Gen B, Teresa, Bless, Chubby Trev, Devin, I appreciate you guys. No one ever thinks of New Mexico. We're going to get bad in the mountains. Let's go over there. Yes. Mountain snow is just extreme. Models don't understand mountain snow. That's why they don't typically show much into Appalachia. Mountains make their own snow. They really mess with stuff. Our models, at least our non-AI models, assume everyone's at 1,000 millibars of pressure. That you see how the map's flat? That's what the models think's happening. They don't understand terrain or vertical elevation at all. But let's go take a look down there really quickly. Let's just go central. I wouldn't even see these are crazy totals for the mountains, but yes, good snow totals for the mountains. And this isn't just mountain snow. It could be low elevation snow in New Mexico as well. Not a bad storm for New Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised if you overperformed. Can you please check on Rockwood, Tennessee? 100%. Look at the Canadian on first pivotal weather. Well, I don't have to go on pivotal weather. I can look at it on here. It's the same model. Santino, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Rockwood, Tennessee. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Let me look at Rockwood, Tennessee. Rockwood, Tennessee. There we are. Man, on the high end, you guys could end up with 2 to 4 inches of snow. I think it's more likely to get 1 to 3. I think it's more likely you guys get 1 to 3. I don't think you're going to have a terrible day with ice. I think the main thing with you guys is going to be the sleet and cold air. I hope you guys overperform and end up with 3 inches of snow on the ground. Maybe a little bit more. And add more Oklahoma, please. I won't be home. Sleet and ice is going to be the main story for you guys, too, in Arctic air. Man, there is a real possibility you guys end up with 3 to 6 inches of snow there, though. I'd expect the lower end, though. I'd expect maybe 1 to 3. The worst of the ice. Well, let's take a look at the ice down through that region. Yeah, it looks like the worst of the ice is probably going to stay south of you. Even on the Euro, let's see if the Euro shifts it up pretty far north. I don't know about this much ice this far north on the Euro, though. I'd probably cut it down a little bit. So, man, you have a really bad day, though. The Euro thinks you could get smashed with ice. Let me look at the national blend for ice.
It says 2 to 3 inches on Saturday and 7 to 9 on Sunday. I know we get ice bad, but damn, crying face emoji.
Alvia, let me look at that in a second. And I gotta look at the Canadian too. Okay, let's look at the ice on the national blend. I think this is more realistic. Man, I hope the Euro's not right for add more Oklahoma, though. I'll tell you that. Canadian. We're trying to look at the Canadian or Canadian GDPS. And we're taking a look at the first. Okay, let's go in here. What do we have? A big nor'easter on here too? Yeah, I mean, look at the Canadian. Canadian GFS already agree around January 31st. Big snowstorm, maybe swooping along the Gulf. I told my friend, because she's really disappointed. Shout out, Maddie, in Charlotte. She's really disappointed that the snow shifted north of Charlotte. Still possible to get some snow in Charlotte, though, with this system. I told her earlier today, I said there's still an opportunity next week. And next week, the air looks like it's going to be colder. So I would expect a farther south system. So not saying this is going to happen. Realistically, could happen, though. Looks pretty crazy. Canadian GDPS. Yeah. This would be an opportunity for Houston. I mean, this would be an opportunity very far south. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. So tomorrow's really the day all this speculation ends. Yeah, tomorrow. Well, not for the Northeast. There's still going to be a question about up here tomorrow. But yeah, most of this is going to start to lock in. Yep. Snow for central New Jersey. Fade, you know that snow is going to be good there. I'm not even going to answer you, Fade. You know you're getting good snow. You just want everyone to be jealous of you. It's going to be good, Fade. How long are we getting snow or colder weather in Houston? Wait until you guys could. Well, you guys are going to get freezing air this weekend into early next week in Houston. You guys could. I say there's a small chance you guys get snow next weekend into Houston if these models are onto something. I definitely think so. Alrighty. All right, let me take a sip of this. I'm going to make sure TikTok Live doesn't try to kick me out again. Okay. All right. By the way, if you did join my Discord, you might not be able to see anything yet. I'm going to, right after the stream, I'll change all of you into Climate Crew so you can see the whole Discord. Again, I try to live stream every day, post every day. Link to my Discord's in the description of all my YouTube videos. Not YouTube Lives, but every YouTube video has a link to my Discord in the description. It's completely free. Everything's in there. All the best models you should be looking at for snow, rain, severe weather, fire, everything. Tons of weather enthusiasts, weather pictures. That's when I tell you when I'm going live, what I'm doing. Chat with me in there. It's a good time. Again, I appreciate all the support, guys. Subs, follows, gifts, just being in here, helping the algorithm. Mods, you guys are killing it tonight. Let's keep going. I'm going to try and stay up for the 00Z Euro because that's going to be major tonight. Any suggestions for Northeast Ohio? This new northern trend has me ... Did it keep going? The northern trend's pretty good for Northeast Ohio. I still am concerned about, and I said it about Detroit earlier, Northeast Ohio being so cold that the air is just dry, and you don't get as much snow as you expect. I mean, I think if you guys get 4 to 7 inches in Northeast Ohio, you should be happy. I think it could be less. Now, of course, if I go in and I show the Euro is going to say, shut up, they're going to get a foot of snow. It is possible you guys get a foot of snow in Northeast Ohio. I'm very, very, very dry air to the north, though. It's going to help with your snow ratio, but if it's too cold, not all that snow is making it to the ground. Know what I'm saying? I didn't miss any. Oh, wait, did I miss a super chat? Oh, crap. Whoa. Oh, yeah, $5 super chat. Oh, yeah, South, I wanted to answer you. I appreciate that. Why the hell does my weather app say 79 inches for Johnston County? Where was Johnston County again? I know I've looked at it 18 times.
North Carolina might actually get snow next week.
Wait, are we talking about Johnston County? Yeah, we're talking about Johnston County, North Carolina. Your weather app says 7 to 9 inches of snow. Your weather app's tripping. If everything perfectly comes together, maybe. I just completely doubt that. That is just too much. It's assuming all the ice and all the sleet is snow. That's what it's doing. It says 2 to 3 inches on Saturday, 7 to 9 on Sunday. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, your weather app. I mean, the weather app. I remember last year when we had our big southern snowstorm, my cousin was living in Jacksonville, and she was like, my weather app says we're going to get a foot of snow. And I said, you're not going to get any snow in Jacksonville, maybe a dusting to an inch. They didn't really get anything. Weather app. I made a whole video about it, about how obnoxiously wrong the weather app was. It said a foot of snow 6 hours before the storm moved in. 6 hours. It was off by a foot. A $2 super chat. North Carolina might actually get snow next week. Yeah, well, there's another opportunity for it, 100%. Yep. St. Louis is getting snow, right? Yes, Christine, they are. Yes. Samara, how much ice in Raleigh? On the high end, you get over a ½ inch of ice, maybe up to 3/4 of an inch. On the low end, you probably still get a 1/10 inch of ice. You're probably not avoiding ice in Raleigh. So there's a chance you get crippling ice in Raleigh. I hope it's not crippling, though. I hope it is not crippling ice. Mercer County, West Virginia, said 28 inches this morning, now 22. I don't think there was ever a possibility of you getting 28 inches. But watch you guys get 28 inches and me eat my words. Mercer County, West Virginia. 9 to 12 inches, I think, is possible. What did you say? Now it has you getting 22? Man, if you get 22 inches, get in contact with me on my Discord or something. Or somehow get in contact with me and let me know. I'd be so shocked. That is just not likely to happen. What is wrong with these apps? Sammy, I appreciate you. Carol, I appreciate you. Sarah, Ashley. Addict Fuel. Yeah, I appreciate you. Let's see here. Southern Ohio is a great place to be. 12 plus inches easily on the high end. I don't think you escape with under 6 inches of snow. I do not. Well, you probably don't escape with under 8, but what about Memphis? What about Memphis? They always said 12 inches. Two to 4 on the low end. 6 to 8 on the high end for Memphis. That's a tough call. You're in a battleground zone. It's been shifting north, guys. I don't know if any of you are on the weather side of X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I've never seen so many meteorologists in my entire life. I saw one say, "I'm done forecasting this storm." I saw you saw meteorologists like throw all the models away. This system, I don't think people understand how bad the Euro has performed in the medium range here. Let me show you something. Here's where the Euro's sitting right now. Let's go back 24 hours. Actually, no. It stayed up here. This all happened yesterday, so I'm not going to be able to show you right now. Actually, let's just pull up my X account really quickly, and I'm going to get back to answering as many questions as I can as quickly as I can. I posted this. Is this the Euro? Okay. Here is what happened in 24 hours. From an 06C to an 06C. See that shift to the north? We had a foot of snow in Charlotte, and 24 hours later, we didn't have even a foot of snow in Southern Virginia. Look at that shift. Think about it. You almost had a foot of snow into Chattanooga, and then you have nothing. 24 hours later on the Euro. It said, oops, there's a ton of warm air aloft that's going to come in here. The Baja Low is actually going to link up with the system to the north. It's going to get in the southwesterly flow, and warm air is going to override the south. And that all happened in 24 hours. Never in my life have I seen that happen in 24 hours, a shift like this, guys. Here's the GFS. Here's the Euro AI. Notice the least amount of shift because the Euro AI has been the best model. Shout out to the Euro AI. Um, 446 here, but I've been modding another channel and I'm wide awake. Kim, where are you? In Australia? Just south of St. Louis. This is looking crazy. Yes, it is. Name brand. Sammy, I appreciate you. Hey, look. Sammy just got pulled up. Jose, I appreciate you. I meant to extend my gifts. All right, there you go. Or extend my window. Derek, I appreciate you. Northeast Ohio. Yeah, I think I talked about that earlier. I know tons of models are putting... I know a lot of models are putting a foot of snow into Northeast Ohio with the system. I think it's going to be...
Look at the UK. Smiley face emoji.
I think 4 to 7 inches is the target for Northeast Ohio. Your snow ratio is going to be fantastic, but it's really hard to get a lot of precipitable water when it's that dry. Any of the snow that falls is going to be super fluffy and nice in Northeast Ohio, though.
Canadian and GFS are agreeing next weekend.
I know. I was talking about this in my stream last night. Not about that they're agreeing, but about the opportunity next week that if you miss this one, you have another chance in the South, in the real South, next weekend. I fully understand why models are putting a foot of snow into Northeast Ohio. I fully believe it's possible, but just from my experience, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with 4 to 7 because it's dry. I'd say I'm 50-50. I'm saying it's a coin flip that you guys get 4 to 7 inches, or you guys have a fantastic day up there. It's literally a coin flip for me because of drier. $2 super chat, Willie. Look at the UK. Okay, I will in a second. New Canadian GFSR Korea next weekend. Tanner, appreciate $2 super chat. Willie, appreciate $2 super chat. UK. UK. Man, we're not even gonna. I don't even have. Hold up, give me a second. Not popular. Let's go here. Wow. Holy crap. The newest. Okay. What? What? Oh my god. Gosh. The new UK, just so you guys understand, says you're not even going to get snow in like West Virginia. I mean, front end snow, but it says Philly's not getting snow. New York City's like, guys, that's got to be an error. That's got to be an error. The UK model's not a bad model. That's got to be an error. There's no way that's not an error. Okay, do you guys want to know what the UK model just did in terms of snow? Erase like all of this snow. Who in here would be pissed off? Say I. Don't worry. It's not happening. It's just not happening. How does it flip in one model run to that? Yeah, guys. Wrong. I don't know what it's seeing. Absolutely not. I'd have to quit if that happened. It's not happening. Okay, let's pretend we didn't even look at that, guys. So many eyes. $2 super chat from Santino again. This snow.
Look at pivotal weather.
Oh, what for the UK? UK Met. Why doesn't Weatherbell have that there? Oh, precipitate. Oh, it does. Why the heck? Is this 12Z or no 00Z? Look at this. Tennessee basically gets no snow, all sleet. You've got sleet and ice up into West Virginia. Still mostly snow for, I mean, I guess as you get up towards Philly, New York City, but this is just ridiculous. Let me look at and then you go back to the 18Z. Sorry, let's go back to the 12Z. I don't know. This isn't even showing up the same as hold up here. It's the UK Met. I don't know why it's not showing up the same on Weatherbell. I honestly don't care what the UK is showing at this point, though. That's so ridiculous. I really don't care. Santino, thanks for pointing that out, though. It's funny. $2 super chat. Ethan King. Odds it comes back down for Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. What elevation are you guys out there? Are you at any elevation? No, you're not. You guys call yourself Rocky Mountain and you're out in the swamp. Just kidding. Man, odds it comes back down that far south. I don't think it's gonna. I think you could get a tiny bit of snow and ice accumulation on the high end, a dusting to 2 inches, but ice is going to be the main threat there, and then Arctic air that moves in after that freezes any rain on the surface. I do think so. Ethan, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Appreciate the support. Thank you for any follows and subs, guys. I appreciate it. Northern Delaware still looking good? Yes. New York City's looking good, too. Northern Jersey's looking good. Louisville, Kentucky. App says 6 to 7. And then 8. So your app says on the high end 17 inches, I guess. 12 plus inches is possible in Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, I know that seems crazy, but yes. New York City, you guys don't get away with 6 plus inches of snow. You could be pushing 9 to 12, definitely. Atlanta, bro. Again, if you're super lucky, you get a dusting to 2 inches of snow, but it'd probably be in the form of sleet. Atlanta's one of the main areas I'm concerned with for major ice, including Dallas, Fort Worth, Huntsville, Alabama, potentially Charlotte, Research Triangle, Greensboro. $2 super chat from Dag. What do you think will happen in Richmond? In Richmond, Va. I like 5 to 8 inches in Richmond, Virginia. Is it possible you push +9? Yes. Is it possible you get under 5? Yes. But I like 5 to 8 inches in Richmond, Virginia. Appreciate the super chat, deck. I hope if Southern Tennessee Plateau whiffs this weekend, we get it next weekend. I know I'm looking at that storm next weekend. You've already got 2 models agreeing. I don't even care where they're showing precipitation. What I do know is likely to happen next weekend. Before I say that, let's quickly take a look at the European ensembles. The best thing to look at is our upper air heights 500 millibar anomaly on the ensembles. This is what called out that this was going to happen here. Let's look at our ensembles moving into next weekend. Actually, we need, oh gosh, we don't have the 12Z. The 18Z doesn't go far enough. We're going to have to use the GFS ensemble. Let's go to the 18Z GFS ensemble in the next weekend. Let's see. I'd say it's a real possibility. You've got the Greenland block. Your EPO's falling apart. Your negative EPO's falling apart, so it could warm up after that. Listen, just quickly with what we've looked at, I think there's a real possibility for another major southern snowstorm much farther to the south than this one next weekend. And then maybe finally warm air comes back. Maybe finally moving through the first week of February, we get a little bit of a warm zonal flow back across the states. Not permanently, though. I mean, have you guys taken a look at the European weeklies anytime soon? That's European seasonal. I don't care. European weeklies. Let's take a look at the 30-day temperature anomaly expectation from the European weeklies. Here's what the Euro thinks the temperature anomalies will be from today through almost March, the beginning of March, February 21st. Do I think it's going to be this cold? No. But just to show you. And real quickly, and I'll get back to answering questions. Real quickly. Here is our, let's go into temperature, climate prediction center, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, 3 to 4 week temperature outlook. The East is just having a fun time. And then finally it shifts out. Lots of cold air staying out there. Look at all the snow flying up here. Boston, you got the big snow squall about to move through. Albany. Look at this. Lots of big snow flying up here. Maybe we'll get some into Detroit tonight. Maybe a decent amount. Let's see. Possibility. So St. Louis is cooked? Not necessarily. Could it be cooked? Yes. I don't think necessarily though. I think St. Louis, again, it's gonna be very cold. It could be pretty dry up there. You could end up getting lower totals. Thanks, Connor. You just made me happy. No problem, Mark. I was bummed out over this storm. No problem. There's another opportunity. A realistic one. New Jersey really getting 12 to 18 inches? I don't think so. 12 maybe. 12 maybe. 18, is it possible? Yes. Do I think you're going to get 18 inches of snow? No. 12 plus maybe. Connor, could you tell the snowfall totals for the GFS AI model? Because the GFS AI doesn't show snowfall totals. I can tell where it's likely seeing the snow falling, you know? I mean, we take a look at the latest, our next-gen futuristic AI GraphCast model, which is being overperformed by the Euro AI, and we take a look at this, we know that it's not going to be snowing all just, like, look, right now I'd expect snow at elevation here. This is how I would see this snow. That's how I'd see that snow right there. Moving forward, you can see our freezing lines like this, but I don't think the snow is all above the freezing line. Because although there's warm air aloft here, there's still enough cold air high enough off the surface where I think the GraphCast still shows snow through a good portion of Tennessee into northeastern Tennessee, even into northern North Carolina here. So, yeah, I wish it would show us. I wish it would show us totals on there. I do. All right. Harrisburg, PA. You guys, wait, Harrisburg. Is that near Philly? It is, right? Oh, no, it's out to the east of Philly, I think. Or west, sorry, west of Philly. Yeah, out to the west of Philly. If you guys have a really good day, you could easily see over a foot of snow. I don't think you guys see less than 6 to 9 inches. I think you guys still have a good day. Nice accumulation, soft snow. Let's see. MJO update. You guys want to look at the MJO? Super quick. All right, let me do that, and then let me answer as many questions as I can, as quickly as I can. MJO forecast. Oh, it's going to take a second to load. Okay, let's let that load for a second. We'll go back to that. Illinois, you're going to want to be in central to southern Illinois, but with these ticks north, maybe even northern Illinois gets in on the fun here, but central to southern Illinois could have a huge, huge snow day. Are we going to face mixing issues in northern Maryland on the back end? I think you're all snow for the first like 8 to 12 hours of this system. So I wouldn't even worry about it too much. What about the ice in Atlanta? Yes, I'm concerned about ice in Atlanta. That's all I'm going to say. You guys could on the high end could get a half inch to an inch. Have extra water, have extra food, have extra batteries, have extra gas if your house is gas powered. Or is gas heated. And prepare to not be able to go on the roads the weekend, maybe into Monday. It's not going to happen to everyone, but that type of ice brings down trees, brings down power lines. Southern West Virginia, I still think you're looking pretty good in that 5 to 8 range. So is DC all snow out of the question? No, I think DC all snow is still could. I think you could still just get pure snow in DC, yeah. Gainesville, Georgia. Let's see. Is it just... Wait, Gainesville... Is it just me or did my music turn off? Gainesville, Georgia. Listen, if you get very lucky, you get an inch or two of snow/sleet accumulation. Again, the big story for you is going to be the Arctic air and the ice. Prepare for a big ice storm there. I feel like it's quiet, guys. Did it get quiet? I feel like it got quiet. Too quiet. Eastern Kentucky. I love you, Eastern Kentucky. I wish I was there because you guys are going to get hammered. I mean, with snow. Maybe both, you know. Snow party. Ohio. Ohio looks good. Central to southern and eastern Ohio, better than northwestern Ohio, but for the most part, Ohio looks good. Again, the only thing I'm concerned about with far northern Ohio and far northwestern Ohio is how cold it's going to be. Could be a little bit dry for snow, but you'll still get some. $2 super chat from Cameron. Williamsburg, Virginia, snow and ice totals.
Williamsburg,
appreciate that over on YouTube. I wish I had saved my chart I did for Virginia earlier where I wrote out all the totals. I think I put you guys in that 4 to 7 range. You could get 7+. Is it possible you get under 4? Yes, but I like 4 to 7 for you guys. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Dusty. Andrea, TW Cody, Trent, Mama Bear, Tabitha, Annie, Claudia, Jose, Ash. I appreciate all you. I know I'm missing some. I appreciate all you. Sammy, I appreciate you guys. Ice in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I think the worst of the ice will be to your south. I'm not saying you couldn't get a quarter to a half inch of ice. Prepare for power outages potentially in Chattanooga, Tennessee. High end, you get 1 to 3 inches of sleet, ice, or sleet and snow accumulation. There's a world where this does happen. I think most likely it's going to be a dusting to a half inch. Biggest issue is going to be the air. Very, very frigid air with that ice. Potentially, whether it's freezing rain falling or that precipitation on the surface, moisture on the surface turning into ice right after. Christopher, I appreciate the sub over on YouTube. Let's see. Philly high end. Over a foot. Wouldn't be that hard. Low end, I think you still get over 6 inches if you have a bad day. Do you think 6+ inches in Columbus, Ohio? Yeah, you get way more than 6+ inches. I mean, I put you guys in the 6 to 9 range probably. 5 to 8 range, Columbus, Ohio. You could get more, but 5 to 8 range, I'd put you in there. Greene County, Kentucky. Wait, GFS totals in New York City, please. You don't want to look at the GFS totals for New York City right now. Just know 9 to 12 inches in New York City is a realistic situation here. Will the ice cut into? I'd probably put, because of the city heating, 6 to 9 in New York City, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. Will the ice cut into the DC snow totals? I don't think much yet, but it's a possibility. Let's see what happens with the Euro tonight. We're going to take a look at the Euro soon, guys. Huge update incoming. Astronomical update incoming. Major. Gigantic astronomical update incoming. All right. Let me keep answering questions. Give me 1 second, guys. What we're looking at is the latest national blend of models, by the way. This puts every single model together, not just from every single global, but also every single member of every single global. It's hundreds of models averaged together. It's really good to look at. What's up, Batty B? My friends in the chat. Let's talk about Charlotte. Fine. Let's go into North Carolina real quick. Here's a national blend. So I guess there's a handful of these 100 models that's blending together that says, by the way, we're going to get 2 to 4, 1 to 4, 2 to 3 inches of snow into Charlotte. But God, if we go into the Euro, if we go into individual models, Euro no snow, Canadian no snow, GFS no snow, UK is not going to show me anything. It's a useless model. Icon, a little bit of snow. That's back end snow, and I think the Icon could be onto something. We are getting a lot of cold air on the back end. Does it get trapped in the mountains, or does it leak down into Charlotte? That's a possibility. Into the foothills. The NAM also pushed south too. What's our latest GFS ensemble showing us? This would actually be pretty interesting. What's the latest GFS ensemble showing us? Surface winter, 10 to 1 ratio. Yeah, the latest GFS ensemble puts, let's see here, region, southeast. The latest GFS ensemble still wants the opportunity. There are runs. There are members of the latest GFS ensemble that puts snow here. So is it hopeless for Charlotte? No. Do I think you're going to get snow? Maybe a little bit of sleet accumulation, mega ice possibility. I'm worried about the ice and sleet, and I'm worried about all that precipitation on the ground in Charlotte freezing as Arctic air moves in after. If you're in Charlotte and you're annoyed that this happened, if we're anywhere down here in the southeast and you're annoyed you could miss out here, again, I point you towards this next weekend. Maddie, I texted you this earlier today before I even saw this on the models that this was a possibility. Arctic air towards the Gulf. Is this going to happen? This is 200 hours out? Maybe not. But is an opportunity for snow in this area a real possibility next weekend? It definitely is a real possibility this weekend. I don't care if this is erased off the model next run. It's still a real possibility. You got Arctic air diving towards the Gulf. We have our ensembles agreeing we're still going to have a nice northwesterly flow with our jet stream down into the southeast. So realistic, and it's not just a Canadian show. What other model showed this? Was it the GFS as well? There it is. Would you look at that? So it's not all doom and gloom for Charlotte. It's not all doom and gloom for the southeast, whether you get snow here or not. I'd like what I'm seeing if I was down there. All right. I'm back. Emmanuel's back. Emmanuel, don't you ever leave my live for 30 minutes again, all right? I'm going to ban you from my Discord if you do that. I'm just kidding. Winter forecasts have many moving parts. Yes, Purple, always saying good things. Thank you. AccuWeather saying 6 to 10 inches for the DC region. Is that accurate? Okay, AccuWeather. AccuWeather, this is why I like AccuWeather. AccuWeather tries to be realistic. I like that. I like that 6 to 10 range for DC. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I may or may not have reached out to AccuWeather inquiring about an opportunity to work together with them today. So AccuWeather's great, guys. AccuWeather, we love AccuWeather. Everyone go go AccuWeather. But no, they seriously they tend to. I like their takes. I think AccuWeather has good takes. Their app's really good too. Don't worry, I'm not sponsored by them. Not yet. Let's see. like how much snow are we actually talking? For where? 8. Accu says 8 to 10 inches. 8 to, yeah, you guys. If you actually do want a good, I agree with a lot of what AccuWeather's been saying for this storm. I'm not gonna say I agree with all of it, but I do agree with a lot of it. Look at what AccuWeather thinks. Yeah, AccuWeather says 8 to 12 inches north NWA. And where's that? What are we talking about? High end, central New Jersey, 14 inches plus on the high end. If you get super lucky, Santino, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'll put you guys in the 7 and 9 range. I'll get aggressive and put you in the like 8 to 12 range. So yeah, you guys are in a pretty good spot. It's right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border at I-65. More ice than snow. More snow than ice. Take it to the bank. Cash it. Jasper, Indiana. You guys could have a field day. It's possible to get over a foot of snow there. I'd probably have to give you guys a little bit less, but 7 to 10. 6 to 12, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I think that's realistic. I'd take the lower end if I was a betting man, but no, I think it's realistic. Chattanooga. If you guys get lucky, you get 1 to 3 inches of sleet/snow accumulation and not a lot of ice. If you guys get unlucky, you get an inch of ice. Tons of wet, non-freezing precipitation on the surface, which then freezes over the next day because of all the Arctic air behind it. That's your unlucky situation. Alex, I appreciate the sub. I appreciate the sub. Alrighty. Guys, we're about to have the new Euro loading in, so I got to pull that up. +12 inches for Lexington, Kentucky. If the snow gods come down and do a snow dance in Lexington, Kentucky, it's possible. Yes. You might not even need the snow gods to come down and do a snow dance, honestly. We may just want the models to just be correct with what they're showing right now. If I wanted to chase this snowstorm, you guys want to know where I would be? I'm just going to throw the snow off this. I don't even care what it's showing. Who cares? Who cares? I've been looking at enough models. If I wanted to chase this snowstorm, where would I go? If I wanted to chase the snowstorm and get the craziest snow totals, I'd either go here, or I'd go here. That's where I'd go to chase the storm. If I wanted some nice, heavy, potentially record-breaking snow in some areas. That's where I'd go. That's where I'd be if I didn't have a 1 and 3-year-old. If I'm being honest. If I didn't have obligations, I'd be chasing the snowstorm. Don't tell my kids I said that, guys. Long Island, please. Long Island, you guys are looking safe. You guys are looking like you're going to have a fantastic day. I'm not going to be shocked if you guys end up with 7 to 10 inches of snow. Might be a high end, but I don't know. I wouldn't even be that surprised. Jim Cantoria is coming to North Carolina. Yeah, he's probably going there to cover the ice, though. I don't care. I don't want to cover the ice. I talk about the ice, and the ice is definitely more important because of the infrastructure damage it can do, but definitely not the fun part. No one wants to be in the ice, guys. I posted a funny meme on that I saw. It's not my original one, that I saw on X today. And listen, I don't care. Let's not get into politics, okay? Because everyone's gonna be like, this isn't a political meme, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny. People getting snow, people getting ice. I mean, is this not accurate? Is this not accurate? People getting snow, people getting ice. This is it. It's just accurate. I don't care. Let's not get political. It's just accurate, right? This is exactly how everyone feels right there. Who's getting ice? This is exactly how everyone feels. Who's getting snow? Come on, okay? It just is. It just is, okay? It's funny. It's funny. No one wants ice. It's miserable. Very accurate, yeah. I get so nervous in this day and age to pull up anything that could be perceived as me trying to be political because, you know, it's just a meme. It's just a meme, and I think it's an extremely accurate meme. I love me some memes. Man, that line is thin, but I love thin. I love thin lines. How does the Euro... Oh, wait. Okay, it's not loading in yet. How long does the Euro take to load in? Well, when you're watching it load in, it's like watching paint dry. Once it starts loading in, we're probably going to see what we want to see 20 to 30 minutes after it starts loading in. And it's going to start loading in not too far, very soon. Very, 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 like any second, it's going to start loading in. It's going to be, imagine the Euro just jumps to the south, guys. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be wild after all this northern shifts. Did it put snow in Minnesota? Listen, we're way too cold and dry up there. We toe the thin line, yeah. Euro AI is shifting north a lot. Did we get the 12Z Euro AI in? Let's take a look together. We did get the 12Z Euro AI in. Oh my gosh. Wait, what is... All right, let's go. 18Z. I wouldn't call that a lot. I would call that a little. Definitely, though. There is a northern shift. I wouldn't call it a lot. Christian Murphy, welcome to the Climate Crew. Make sure you get in the Discord, hang out with all of us. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Links in the description of all my YouTube videos. Not lives, YouTube videos. I appreciate the support, Christian. I really do. Welcome to the Climate Crew. I appreciate that. Michigan. If you want any snow from this system, you're going to want to be along the southern border of Michigan, definitely in southeastern Michigan. It's going to be so cold and dry up there, it's hard to get anything but lake effect snow. Yeah. Yeah, let's look at the shift. 18Z, 0Z, and here's the issue though. The Euro AI has been really good this year. So this northern shift is not really what you want to see on the European AI. It's been a good model. Well, it depends on where you are. There's some people who are like, yes. People in Cleveland and Indianapolis are like, shut up. This is exactly what we want to see. I know. You know what I mean, guys. I'm in Pittsburgh. You like that too. Yeah, Pittsburgh likes it too. I mean, I remember that 2022 snowstorm that brought 23 inches to Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, this won't do that. But yeah, that was a big one. Do you think this can be the most snow Philly sees this century? No. No. This decade? No. I don't think it's going to be more than the 2016 storm. I think in the last maybe 7 years, maybe 9 years, maybe 8 to 9 years, this could be the most snowed Philly season one storm in the last 8 to 9 years on the high end, yes. Bluefield, Virginia, sir. Hoping snow over ice, 100%. I'm going to tell you right now, though, guys, if the European AI went north a tad, the Euro's probably going to go north a tad because they follow each other. They're such followers. Bluefield, Virginia. That's right. Bluefield, Virginia. Is that one word? is that? I see a blue field, West Virginia. You probably said West Virginia, and I wasn't paying attention. Give me 1 second. Oh, there's a blue field, Virginia too. Oh, they're right next to each other. Well, that makes sense. What did I say down here earlier? 4 to 7 inches. I think that's a possibility. I think you guys are still secure on snow. I think on the high end, you guys are pushing 7 to 10 inches in that area. Firecat K, I appreciate you. Royal, Andrea, Sam's. Yeah. Is that how you say that? 7777. Appreciate you. 13. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for being here, helping the algorithm. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. The Euro comes out very soon. Is it loading in now? There it is. This is the model we always wait for. Can we see a northern or southern shift already? No, not yet. It's beginning to load in. Here we go. This is the big one, guys. This is the big one. We're going to take this model very seriously. As soon as this is loaded in, I might stop looking at the national blend. The Euro, once we get it pretty close, does good. It's done terrible up until now, obviously with all the movement it's had, but I think we'll be okay looking at that in the short range. We'll see we'll see. If it does something crazy, I'm not going to look at it. Cutter, do you think that the Euro model will push the winter storm back south a little? I was thinking that was a possibility until I looked at the Euro AI, and I know how those models interact with each other, and now I'm not so sure. We're going to know very soon. Probably 15 to 20 minutes max. Please, what about Oklahoma City after this weekend? Claudia. Lots of cold air. Maybe even more of maybe even a snow chance, I would say, in the middle of next week, towards the end of next week in Oklahoma City. Another snow chance. I'm not saying you're going to get it, but I'm just looking at where that Bear Clinic boundary sets up, where that 540 line sets up through Oklahoma. Cold and snow chances don't disappear after the storm moves through. NAM shifted south. I think we looked at the NAM, didn't we? I think we talked about that. There's the 18Z. Wait. Hold up. I'm not seeing a southern shift on the NAM. Wait. Oh, here, that's what I want to do. When we looked at the, okay, so here's what's weird about the NAM, because we looked at this earlier. You have like more sleet to the south on the NAM, which I think earlier I did say it looks like a southern shift. You look at the 18Z, so if you look at the precipitation, it kind of looks like it's flattening out a little bit, which would help with snow in the south in the 00Z. So I guess I would say, even though we see the forecasted snow higher up, a higher snow line on the NAM, the opportunity for snow farther in the south is better on the latest NAM, because you get in this sleet area, you can always have some of that actually falling as snow and maybe even accumulating sleet. It's much more obvious looking at the future reflectivity. Grand Rapids, Michigan, I don't think you get anything from this system, but more lake effect snow is possible. Let's take a look at what the National Weather Service thinks for Grand Rapids, Michigan over the next 72 hours. Let me reload this. Expected snow totals for Grand Rapids over the next 72 hours. There's a yawn. We're looking at 5 to 6 inches of snow. On the high end, how much snow could you see in the next 72 hours in Grand Rapids? 6 to 8. Maybe even 9. Will it stick in Oklahoma? Yeah. There's so much cold air pushing in after this system. It'll likely stick in Oklahoma for a while. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Is Maryland cooked with ice mix? No, Maryland's fine. It's the whole front end of your storm is likely to be all snow. If you get a little bit of ice, sleet in the back end, you're okay, because guess what? There's tons of cold air behind that. That's going to keep your snow on the ground. Southeast Missouri. Oh, will I probably have work off Saturday? I'd hope so. It's going to be bad. We'll see. It's not going to be like blizzard, though. It's just going to be heavy snow. Kentucky's knocked. What's knocked? I don't think I've ever used that adjective. Emmanuel, is that an adjective? I figured, I don't know, these northern trends are crazy. I know. Kentucky's getting slammed. Northern Nashville getting good snow. I'd rather be northern Nashville than central to southern Nashville. Yes. I think you guys could end up on the high end with okay. 3 to 6 inches. What's it looking like for Memphis, Tennessee? It's tough. I think on the high end, you guys end up with like, yeah, 3 to 6. I think on the low end, you end up with a dusting to 2 inches. No, I don't think you're going to end up with just a dusting. I think on the low end, you get 1 to 3. I think on the high end, you probably do get closer up towards 3 to 6. A little bit of ice sleet mix in there, too. Sandy Fire, appreciate you guys. I'm in southeastern Missouri, and this is shaping up to be wild. It is in southeastern Missouri, for sure. Can I show the newest ice predictions? Yeah. Well, wait. Let me take another look at the Euro. See how much is loaded in. Come on, Euro. Come bring this to me. Showing the beginning of the snowstorm there. We'll take a look at the latest GFS ice totals. Let's see here. Let's go freezing rain total. There we go. Give me 1 second. Okay. Latest snow ice totals. Latest GFS. Here you go. Central. Still, Dallas is a target. Really concerned for Dallas. Again, light pinks, you're probably a little bit safer, but still, ice is extremely hard to predict. Even if you're in light pinks, it could be rough. Even if you're outside the pink. Obviously, anyone in here, not loving that forecast for you guys. Being honest, not loving it. Crippling, catastrophic ice storms are possible in this area, obviously. So just prepare. God, 1.5 inches in the Dallas region would be terrible. Pushing out east. Oh my gosh, like the 2 biggest cities out here in Atlanta. It's predicting 2.5 inches of ice into Atlanta. I don't think you guys are going to get 2.5 inches of ice, but if you did, it would be horrible. It would be horrible. That's an understatement. I don't even know the word to use right now. Luckily, that would be super high end, I think. I don't expect that. I don't expect that. Lord Andrew, I appreciate the sub. Maryland. We never looked at the latest MJO updated forecast. Yeah, amplified phase 8 into a somewhat amplified phase 1, maybe into a de-amplified phase 2. Regardless, 8, 1, and 2 are cold and snowy. So a lot of cold and snowy signals continuing to push ahead, especially for us out east. Yeah, Maryland, most updated snow totals. We're about to get the Euro, but we'll take a look at the GFS really quickly here. We'll go look at the Kuchera. I think it's going to be pretty cold there. Here you go for Maryland. Take that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm getting tired, and I was planning on waking up at 5 a.m. to make an update video for you guys. Do you guys mind if I sleep into like 7 tomorrow? Looks pretty good, right? Look at Northern Maryland, 20 inches. Look at Philly, 14. Look at New York City, 17. Boston, 16. I'm not saying this couldn't happen. I think it's still a little bit on the high end. Yeah, we're gonna go over the Euro, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of rest. Mega said sleep in no rush. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Okay. Come on, Euro. You see how it's like watching paint dry as you're watching it load in? Here we go. I will say this doesn't seem like a major... Well, wow, look at how far north the ice is. Let's take a look. Oh. Well. Hold up. Hold up. I don't. It's really hard to tell if this is going south or north yet. It almost looks like it's going south, does it not? I think it's right now. It's looking like a slight shift south on the euro, but it's almost looking like nothing's changed yet. So it's hard to tell. I'm watching this too, Matt. Yeah. Guys, if you don't follow Mezzo Matt, go give him a follow. Go give him a sub. He's awesome. He does the same thing I do. Love him. Educated redneck.
Precautions with ice storms for some of the people here who have just moved to the south and never dealt with this.
Yeah, people in the south. Okay, here's what the issue with ice. I appreciate the $5 super chat, and that was a really good point I should make. Here's the issue with ice. It's just a little ice. What's the big deal? A quarter of an inch of ice over a big surface like a tree, it's like the weight of 2 elephants. Okay, it's a ton, literally. You get to a half inch on telephone poles and trees, a lot of them can come down. They can literally not hold up the weight of the ice, even at a half inch. Now imagine you get an inch and a half of ice. We're talking about serious infrastructure damage. Here's what happens when you get a bad ice storm. That's followed by an Arctic invasion, which is what this one's going to be. Your power goes out, and this isn't going to be everyone. I'm not trying to freak anyone out. It's going to be more localized. The crippling ice, catastrophic ice storm is going to be localized. It's not going to be a big swath of people get it. It's going to be local areas that end up receiving more ice than others, but some people are going to see this. You lose your power. Your house starts getting real cold because for some reason it's 10 degrees in Dallas and 10 degrees in Atlanta because of the Arctic air that's behind this. You don't have power. All right, I'm just going to go get some gasoline and firewood or something. You can't drive. The roads are undrivable. You can't make it up a hill. You get sick. Paramedics can't make it out to you. Okay, well, they'll put back up. The power will be back on in a day or two. Power lines can't get back up. The roads are completely undrivable. This is like worst case scenario, but this has happened. This happened in South Carolina back like 10 years ago, but this has happened. Worse ice storms have happened than that. That's just one I remember. Guys, it can be bad. Don't go to the store and buy everything. I'd say get bottled water for a week. Have some extra food in the house if you're in the target area for this ice. And I'll go over that again really quickly. If you're in a like gas heated house, just have some extra. Get some batteries for the house, flashlights. And if you have health problems, if you're someone who, frequents the doctor, you have a health condition, you might want to consider just leaving. To be for an abundance of caution. People don't understand how bad your city can turn into an ice skating rink. People can't get anywhere, and the power lines that go down and you're out of power, they can't be put back up for a while, especially when it's followed by freezing air. Let's take a look at the national blend right now of ice accumulation. Central. Obviously, not everyone in here is going to see ice. Some of you will see none. Some of you will see way more than what this says because this is the national blend, so it's considering some areas. It's considering some members of some models not showing a lot. Obviously, both of these areas, you want to be prepared. Moving out east, you want to be prepared in this area. Ice is the hardest thing to forecast probably of every precipitation type. Matt, if you're still in here, you can back me up on that. It has to do with the temperatures from the bottom, lower troposphere all the way up to the top of the troposphere and how they change at what degree, at what height. It's complicated stuff. But yeah, take it seriously. Ice storms are... Listen, you get an inch and a half of ice, that can do as much damage, like I said earlier, that can do as much damage to your infrastructure as a Category 5 hurricane can. You might get your power back quicker from a Category 5 hurricane because at least after it moves out, a lot of times after a hurricane moves through, it's beautiful the next day because it pulls all that moisture out and then you dry up and you can start doing stuff. Ice storms, if you're followed by Arctic air, sometimes your power can be out for weeks depending on when that ice begins to thaw. So, again, though, not everyone's going to see that in that area that I circled. Some people, there's a possibility, though. Have you seen people talking about exploding trees up near your neck of the woods? Yeah, I know. I'm in Minneapolis, and they said it on the news today. They're like, You know, you really got to be aware of exploding trees. We could have wind chills down to negative 40 to negative 50. It's not just the temperature. It has to do with the air pressure and the dryness of the air as well. Yeah, part of me really wants to see an exploding tree. I just don't want to be near it when it explodes. As long as trees aren't falling on your house, you'll make it. Yeah. Where do you think, for the most part, where do you think the freezing rain is most likely to happen? Well, I just went over that there. Obviously, I mean, if I just highlight it down here, we're watching probably this whole area down here for freezing rain potential. Probably closer to the northern portion of this. I think the worst freezing rain's up on the northern portion of this. North Central Arkansas totals. You guys could have a good day. You guys could easily see 7 to 10 inches, if not more. I think on the low end, you still can't get 5 or 6. Exploding trees during an ice storm. I experienced a couple years ago. I don't. Can you get exploding trees during an ice storm? I mean, trees can completely just get crushed and collapse under ice. Exploding trees, I thought, had more to do with the extreme temperatures. But yeah, I mean, trees can just get obliterated by ice. Could ice turn to snow in some areas? Good. People unalived in Texas because of the extreme cold and not having heat in their homes. Yes. Yes. I know it's crazy to think that the power goes out. You could die from being unalive from being cold in Texas. Was that the February 2021 storm? People, yeah, they lost power. And for a week after the storm, it was freezing, literally. Freezing, below freezing. You have no power. You can't go anywhere that has power because it's an ice skating rink anywhere or everywhere. Yeah, you can actually, yeah. My neighbor, I have to say unalive because TikTok doesn't like the other word. Unalive from the extreme cold in 2021. Yeah, and was he in Texas? And it's when people hear it like something like that when it's down south, it's crazy. But this is what I'm talking about with ice storms. They're scary. Yeah, that's terrible, Jacob. Sorry about that. That is terrible. Yes, February 2021. I have trauma. No water, no power, no food. Yeah, that's why I don't want to freak anyone out, but I also don't want anyone to be underprepared. Right? It doesn't take much to prepare. 7 days of water bottles, 7 days of food at least, some batteries. And if you're really concerned, just head a little bit south, a little bit north. You guys, I've shown you where this ice could be. You can look it up too. Ice totals for this weekend storm. Even type it in on Google. You'll get some stuff popping up there. Yeah, no power for weeks. So cold. Exactly. Has the Euro loaded? Let's go back into it. Let's see how much of the Euro has loaded. There it goes. It's loading. Brian, I appreciate the sub. I appreciate the sub, Brian. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the follows, guys. Okay. Let's look at the 18Z. Yeah. It's not really. If anything, it might even be a tick north. Again. Are we going to have 8 straight runs of this thing going north? Oh, my gosh. Although it hasn't changed much since the last 00Z. I mean, still a tick north. Gosh, this is doing just horrible things to Tennessee. This is doing horrible things to Tennessee. Let's continue to let this load in, but this is putting big ice in it. Oh! Front end snow into Virginia. God, Central to Northern Virginia still looks good. I'd say DC, Baltimore still look fine with this Euro run, but you're getting really close to mixing in ice. The front end snow is just going to be so good as this moves in. Philly, New York City, you're looking fine. Oh my gosh. It's almost collapsed actually a little bit more from the 18Z. There's the 18Z. 0Z. It's actually collapsed a little bit more to the northeast. It's almost a southern trend for the northeast, but a northern trend for the Ohio Valley. Let's keep loading and see the latest snow totals here in a second. Yeah, Ohio's looking really good. BA. I said Memphis is going to be crazy. It could be. Indianapolis looking better and better. I know. Some of you are getting happy. Some of you are getting really annoyed by the look at this euro. Brad, I appreciate you. As June Kristen, I appreciate you. Will. Connor, great name. Great name. Strong name. Strong name, Connor. I appreciate you. June. Mezzo. Jose. Kentucky sells out. No, Kentucky still looks good. You get a bunch of front end snow. Far southeastern Kentucky. You're probably still going to get snow accumulation. It's trying to mix a little bit more in there. Then you get back end snow as well. I think most of Kentucky still looks good. Owensboro, Evansville, you guys could get buried. Louisville could get buried. Cincinnati could get buried if you want to believe the latest 18 or the latest 00Z Euro, which it's getting pretty close. There's going to be something to this here. This storm is still moving here, but I'll take a look at the latest Tuchero. Oh my. Oh my gosh. My brain doesn't want to erase snow from this area. And not just because, well, because I think you could have sleet accumulation, which is similar to snow accumulation, but just from the history of how bad models are with again, warm air aloft, my brain doesn't want to erase snow a little bit south of this snow line. But let's take a look at this. Oklahoma City, 3 to 5 inches still. Tulsa gets buried. Oh my gosh. Kansas City, where did this come from? Kansas City. Anyone in Kansas City? Where did this come from, Kansas City? I don't know. I don't think you're going to get a foot of snow, but hey, the Euro does. Foot of snow in St. Louis. Northern Arkansas looking good. Nashville's on the border here. Nothing to 5 inches. I mean, I still think this snow's a little bit far north here, but I mean, you know what we've been seeing. This continuous trend north. Obnoxious trend north. Good for you guys up here, though. Central to South. Look, it wants to give Chicago a little snow, too. Indianapolis could be absolutely buried with the latest Euro that we're looking at right here. Let's push out east. As I said, if you look at the future reflectivity, you go, oh my gosh, no, DC and Baltimore aren't going to get anything. The front end snow is going to be 2 inch an hour snow. So even if you turn into ice and sleet for the last 8 hours of the system, it's all front end snow. And behind it is Arctic air, so your snow's not going to melt. Still showing a ton of snow up here, obviously. To the mid-Atlantic up through New England. 16 inches into Boston. A foot across Long Island as a possibility. A foot into New York City. A foot into Philly. A foot across Jersey, possible. A foot across most of Delaware and Maryland. This... I'm just telling you. I would even say... And the mountains are going to get more snow than this, I believe. They're not accounting for the mountains, right? This whole area here is below freezing. This whole area, more than this. More than this. For most of the storm, not for the whole system moving through, but for most of the storm, this whole area, the majority of this area at the surface is like 20 to 25 degrees. Way, way cold enough for snow. Again, it's the warm air aloft. Is this model reading this correctly? I'm going to have to say it is because we've seen the nonstop trend. I'm not fully convinced, but I'll accept it. I'll accept this run from the Euro. Someone in this little circled area right here is going to end up with good snow. I can almost guarantee you. Someone south of this line, Euro line, is going to end up with good snow. Someone is going to end up with, I wouldn't say good snow. I'd say maybe a surprising like 2 to 4 inches of snow. Any shot of decent snowfall accumulation in Wichita, Kansas? I mean, that's just my thoughts. And I'm not talking about just the mountains. One of the few times I've been happy about living in Kansas. Yeah, latest ice totals. Latest ice totals, good point. And then I got to go to bed, guys. I got to wake up and do another video for you guys in the morning and more streams tomorrow. Latest ice totals. Not everyone's going to see this ice. Ice is hard to predict, but if you're in here, I would even say through here, be prepared. Be prepared. Little Rock, Dallas. Some big cities in here. Nashville, Memphis. There's tons of big cities in here. Moving out east. Charlotte, Research Triangle, Greensboro. Central to Southern Virginia. You got Kentucky mixed in here, upstate, South Carolina, Atlanta. Could be bad. Could be bad with ice. Okay, guys. I appreciate everyone being in here. Seriously, I appreciate the follows, appreciate the subs, appreciate the guests, appreciate you just being in here. Like I always say, helping out the algorithm. You don't have to gift, you don't have to sub, you don't have to follow. I always appreciate it, but you do not have to do that. I love doing this. You guys make it possible. If you want to join my Discord, I promise you it's really cool. Best weather Discord out there. We've got updates for you. All the best weather models, snow models you should be looking at. Snow updates, rain updates, severe weather updates, volcano updates, earthquake updates. Do I have tsunami updates in there? MJO updates, climatology updates. Everything's in there. Posting every day. When I'm going to go live. When videos are coming out. Announcements, some giveaways, stuff like that. It's going to be a good time. Mods, you guys are incredible. Everyone, this could be... That still has the potential to be the storm of the decade. Storm of the decade. Not century. Storm of the decade. So buckle up, buttercups. And if you're in the South and you're really, really sad you missed out on this one, or you could, I believe we now have 3 globals that see a snowstorm down here next weekend. Is it going to happen? I don't know. It's 200 hours out. It's not in La La Land, 300 hours out. Could it? Will the snowstorm happen? I don't know. Will we have Arctic air plunging back into the Gulf next weekend? I have a little bit more confidence in that. And you know what happens when Arctic air hits warm Gulf air? You get a chance for a snowstorm down in the South. So let's watch it and see how it develops. You guys are awesome. Everyone stay safe. I'm going to post a video tomorrow morning. And I'm going to live stream again tomorrow. You guys are all incredible. And I'm sorry if I missed any super chats, gifts. I know I've been trying to... Christian, thanks for the crown. I've been trying to keep up. You guys are awesome. If you want to ask me more questions, hop in the Discord. I'll answer some questions in the Discord. Everyone have a fantastic night, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys.